My dick.
Nope.
My dick.
Nope.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to tonight. It's the time. This is the night. This is the day. This is the one.
I am Emily.
Yep. It's pretty much decided. I hope you guys are looking forward to next week's new cast members, because I'm really looking forward to seeing who gets chosen.
I haven't done anything wrong this week, okay?
It's just me and Soul in a wig.
Oh, it is only Tuesday.
Thank
Thank
every
you,
time I'll play
Dreamy,
two
for saving
characters,
my perception check.
and every time I switch character, I put the wig on or off.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, it's true. I hope, Dreamy, I hope you're ready. Tuesday nights are going to be a thing now. You can take Kindred's spot right there in the middle, and then Soul, Hecko Gecko, you can take Soul's spot.
That one DVD, Emily.
Yep. Anyway.
Not on Blu-ray.
Anyway, it's good to see you guys. Looking forward
We
to...
can't see them.
You get one more, and then things are going to go very badly from here on out.
We're
I'm
waiting
just
for
letting you
Larry
know.
to join. Is that the one more before the break or after the break?
No, one more,
Right.
like the rest of the night. That's it.
I'm sticking by Ardren the entire night.
I think Ardra knows what to do. Okay, so on that note,
I have inspiration. That's all I'm gonna say.
Hello, everyone.
hello. We are ready for
I do too.
another. Yeah. We're ready for another exciting evening. Hell yeah, I'm down. Okay, cool. Every player is just Soul in a wig. Yes.
When I told you that I was gonna be like 5 to 7 minutes late,
Yeah.
you're like, "Oh, what did you say? You said something square.
I said just be there.
You said be there square, and I'm like, I can't be there as a square because I wouldn't be around."
I have one left.
Well,
I've got the one left.
Well,
But
it's
I tried
spreading.
calling you back to tell you that, and it,
Nope.
you
Oh,
You
I
didn't
thought I had
So
missed the first
Saunders,
call.
Soul,
Okay,
Hey,
so
Kindred.
yeah, I know it's spreading. It's going this direction. I think if it's staying on that side, Galil, Arjun, and Iskar are gonna be safe. Renan, you might just be collateral, and there's just this whole. Well, you're gonna eject. We're gonna eject this whole side of the screen and just whoosh out into the universe. No,
He
Renan.
must go. His planet needs him.
All right.
You missed that new relationship that maybe fall in love with me, Emily.
I need to
Alright.
watch this movie. I keep hearing. Okay.
Oh, you haven't. Oh,
Quite nice.
yes.
I like it.
Well, she
I
sticks
don't
her
even-
hands in like the beans.
I don't
Is
even
it
know
beans
what
or is it
movie.
rice?
I don't even know what movie it is. I
Yeah.
don't know what
I
movie
have
it
no
is.
idea. Movie night.
Yeah,
How many-
Jimmy, he already fired.
It's one of my
North.
favorite movies of all time, honestly.
She showed up as a fellow INFP, which is what I am. So
Oh, cool.
I'm like, oh, who's Emily?
Okay,
Well,
she
he's
fired.
gigantic.
Fire this whole crew. Hecko, it's just gonna be me and you. Can you play 3 people? Can you play a couple of characters at once?
Hey, I'll be back. My dog's speaking.
Okay.
Dog's what?
In that note,
Shooting.
we have another exciting evening ahead of us. I hope hire some cool cats I know called the Fey Hunters. I know Fey Hunters in the Brigade. That would be a very interesting mix.
Crossover episode.
Except for Sonder. Poor Sonder's brain would be split in two as he'd have
I
to
don't
be
know.
Denissa.
I don't know. That'd be
I
tough.
could do it. I could do it.
There's
It's
a
the
lot of
Brigade.
chaos here already.
Well,
And
that's why
then
we're
put
replacing.
Denissa.
We're replacing chaos for chaos, so it's just it's equalized. It's just a different kind of chaos.
I don't know. I mean, I'm still here, so
In
you
any
gotta
case,
put Denissa and Sonder together for a romantic evening, and then see how Sonder role plays that.
yeah, it's
or
just, it's just a
take
40.
a
for
page out of
chaos.
Star Trek. We make like a Tuvix situation out of it.
When
Just
I
make
Oh,
them
no.
one character.
About you, I touch myself.
We're
Oh.
Denissa
The
and
transporter
Sonder.
accident, one character.
Yeah. Sonder and Denissa become one person. That would be wild.
It's on Dissa.
Sundissa, Desonder. Anyway, I don't
Denissa?
know. Sanissa, Donder. Echo's
No,
got it,
the only
Donder.
thing The only thing
Dinder.
that I have enough energy at present to be pissed off about in this whole conversation is that means that I wasted an awful lot of time drawing shit.
Rolling
you're
new
right.
characters.
You're right. You're right.
So
That's all right,
maybe the
Renan.
real thing you drew was the short straw.
No. All right, here we go. Let's get into the intro, and then we'll get into tonight's recap, and then we'll get into tonight's game. Because what are we here to do? I don't know.
Cap that ass.
All right, we're back. Let's do this. Okay, so last we left off on Game of Santos
I'm Mozart.
and Mozart. Yes. Hi, Dakota. Welcome. The crew,
Sorry.
the brigade of 8, has made a couple of days worth of their stay here in Amrular very entertaining, to say the least. It would seem as though the longer they stay, the more things are unraveled, as they have been here to try and find some hints or clue as to the location of the graveyard. But instead of finding clues at the graveyard, they have found a whole lot of other deep and dark secrets that apparently the Empire is or has been using some of the city's inhabitants as subjects for experimentation and strange disappearances, along with some sort of magic, mind suppressing, memory altering charm things to keep the citizens not only pacified but also oblivious to the things that are going on around them. Now, having recently made some tentative new friends amongst a group named the Hands of Isidorus, they have been asked to look into the disappearance of a few of their members after finding out that this Thieves Guild has an alliance of sorts with the Empire here, but that trust seems to have been broken, and now they want to know why. So, as tensions are rising with a group of monks that seem to be here inhabiting the city, members of the Cult of the Dragon that seem somehow tied to the future fate of the brigade, questions arise as to what needs to be done, as little golden tickets are also handed out to our resident wizard.
That's right.
Resident wizard. Our resident wizard has a golden ticket now.
He cast Fireball.
Yeah. And now
It's
we
blank.
We won.
Yeah. We had left off last with let me see here.
With the mushroom.
With Kindred, Ardrin. Who else was there?
Renan and Sonder.
Renan and Sonder, right? They're
Yeah.
at the Oiled Feather, speaking with Orira, as she had been asked about the truth behind the paper that had been given to Kindred. And Kindred saw a little bit of a tomb weird hallucination. Thank you. In Ardrin's deep elven eyes.
His deep what?
Elven eyes. Yes, those
That don't work.
those pretty peepers of his.
Oh yeah, no, it's all just nothing.
Oh man,
It's for show.
it's for show. Oh
Wait, we've all
no.
become.
I
we've
might as
all
well just be a
become
side
souls.
character in Coraline because they might as well be.
Oh
buddies.
no.
Did Gecko just name Amelie? Is it canon?
No.
We've
It
all-
was
Wait,
Dreamy.
why is
named
everyone
Sanessa.
so-
Yeah, Sinisa.
Because we're all fuzzy.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, wait.
Okay, so as we left off, you had found those. She kind of had told you that you might as well tell your friends goodbye.
Hmm.
And she kind of looks at you with a. So paper or plastic?
Can you gift wrap this?
For a dead man, sure. I'm just kidding. But she, gathers the things that you have purchased. Was there anything else that you had guys wanted to say or talk to her before you leave?
Because Sonder, you did not tell us what you had overheard, right? Not yet.
No, he hadn't had the
You're
opportunity.
muted.
Yeah, I'm muted.
Not yet. I started doing the same thing that was happening yesterday, or it's
Where
skipping
it's skipping around.
again. So I switched connections, so that fixes it.
Okay. No, you're good. But yeah, no, because I think he had started to look at a map and was like, "Oh, look at this map!" Yeah.
Okay.
As he had rushed back over, and the blacksmith had left the building after the tense exchange between him and Renan, as Renan had tried to befriend him still.
Okay. Take my gift wrapped stuff. It's look at Ardrin. It's been coming close to an hour, right?
Give or take.
Shall we head back?
He's gonna look at the others to see how ready they are to go if Renan isn't busy lusting after the blacksmith.
Oh no, blacksmith has left.
Blacksmith is gone, and I just don't want him to be pissy with me anymore.
Oh, I saw that porn.
All right, so
Too many
Anywho.
hammers. No, thank you.
We're just gonna walk out now.
I follow. But I'll do like real flamboyant, over the top goodbye, Adam Gomez style to Ada Ada.
all right.
I just
Orira,
kind of give a light bow and walk out.
she gives you a little courtesy in return. Does the little like goodbye finger wave. And you guys leave the Oiled Feather and step into the afternoon air of Amrutlar.
Next time we go on vacation, I hope we go somewhere cold.
Maybe we can go to the Frost Maidens realm. Nice and cold there.
The Frost Maiden's realm. Oh no.
It sounds fascinating, I must admit.
It is. And I also have something fascinating to tell you when we have the time.
I mean,
Kindred is just like looking at his hands, like,
Oh,
Thunder, those kinds of things are not for polite company. My goodness.
I'm going to do a perception check just to make sure that the blacksmith. Oh, can I kind of like look down one way, like a corner to see that?
wax
someone,
on.
like,
I mean,
I grab
you're
Kindred's
outside.
hand.
You're outside
I just stop
the
his
building.
hand.
You're outside the building, and you're in this like in the street, kind of. I mean, not like literally in the middle, but you're just there in the open street, and it's just a normal street. It's not too crowded here. You're closer to the northern side, so here the buildings are taller and nicer. The street is more like almost cobblestone-y kind of layout here. It's still dusty and sandy, so you can see the stones kind of poking up through the dirt, basically. So it's not like a well swept street kind of thing, but there's a couple of people around. You can make a perception check to look around for anything specific.
Just for guards or things. An 11.
An 11. You don't see at the end of the street. You can see that there is a pair of Thayan guards that are kind of posted up, closer to there's like a main thoroughfare that runs north to south. That kind of splits the center of the city, and there's some guards that are closer to that, but they are posted there. They're not necessarily like walking around. They're just basically at this intersection watching the street for disturbances, but not like looking for anybody.
Okay. I'll just say quietly then. Those two are part of the resistance. When I went to go sneak up on them, they were talking about meeting some people from the resistance, meeting up with those cats that Ardurin had spoken to.
Are you saying this loud enough for Arjun to hear, or just to Renan?
Just no to you four altogether.
Oh, I'm tripping on my hand, so I'm not paying attention. I didn't hear any of that.
There's nothing. I mean, to be honest, there is nothing wrong with your hands.
I know, but I saw that, and I'm still like, did I trigger that?
I'm still
did I do that?
holding one of your arms in place. If you
I'm
want
just gonna
resist,
join
we fight,
to hold
but
the
still.
other one. Just hold it down, and just try and make him less of a public nuisance.
Ha!
Exactly.
Well, that's good to know, Sonder.
Wait, what? What do you say?
Those two are part of the resistance, it seems.
Which
Part
two?
of the resistance, I didn't think that there were any in the city. The resistance or the Thieves Guild?
Latter, I think, would be more.
Same, yeah. Definitely the resistance
sides of the same
material,
coin?
but they were getting excited to meet us.
Excited or concerned?
A little bit of both.
Well,
The,
that's understandable.
Blacksmith seems a little more wary of these newcomers.
Well, if you would pull the hammer out of his ass, it wouldn't be a problem.
Wait a minute. So then, I look at Renan's sword. That wasn't left as a commission. That's stolen property that they took from who knows.
It's a possibility, I suppose, but
That's
that
not a
seems a bit
possibility.
of a leap.
Why would he be displaying it on the wall?
To get rid of it.
When
If no one
anything could
remembers
walk
what they
in?
had, you can sell it right in the open.
Then he would have wanted me to buy it as cheap as possible.
Not necessarily. He's
Perhaps.
still got a business to run if he knows how to get around this. What do they call it? The resonance?
You know,
Well, here's a thought, and Arjun's gonna looking around just to see if any of the bands or guards are anywhere near.
Yeah. they're not within earshot of you. The quietness that you are talking right now.
Part of their arrangement is that people get lured in, swept up by the signal, kind of forget where they were from. They end up staying here, forget who they were. They get relieved of their goods. That might be how that ended up on the wall.
See?
Makes sense.
Told you.
In any case, we should be talking a little bit less about this out in the open.
I thought we were like walking, talking.
Yep.
At present, as far as we were considering it, we were all
Yeah.
standing in the middle of the street, not
We're
moving.
just yeah,
Okay.
just
Holding our
talking.
arms
Well,
down.
Hush tones.
I'll start walking back to where we were.
okay.
Guys, y'all coming?
Yeah.
I
Are
just
your
look at
hands okay?
Ardrin for a second and shake my head and start following.
Are your hands okay?
I don't know. I look back at Arjun's face like for a split second. I thought I saw something, but I guess it was just. I'm good.
Well, let us know if it happens again. That the
Why would you wanna know?
That voice you had talked
Are you after
about.
my mushroom?
No? Your mushroom?
The
Right, you
sound
have one
effect
of
after
those
that
again.
was like pretty spot on, awesome just now though.
That actually was good.
I
The like
would like
amazing
to
race,
roll an
like
insight check on how
Yeah,
Kindred is acting.
Sure.
I'm feeling the same.
Go for it.
He's been acting weird.
Yeah.
I was?
Well, I mean,
Weirder,
weirder. Yeah.
Well, it started with that voice that you were hearing, you and Galil, and now you're seeing things.
Well, the chances are pretty damn good. I rolled a 19, and that's a +8, my guy.
Do it.
15 for me. It not a lot.
Do I roll anything or do?
I mean, you were just kind of doing what you've been doing, right? It's not like you've been trying
Yeah.
to hide anything. Yeah. So, Ardrin, he's always been as long as you have known him, he has been a strange elf, but lately at least within the last day or so, he has been acting a little more on the eccentric side. Renan, I will say that because you had been more towards the front of the store and had been kind of watching everything going on, because you'd been by the door, right? Kind of like keeping an eye on things. You had kind of noticed his behavior a little more so as regards to like him like looking at his bag, looking at his hands, the way he had looked at Ardrin, and the expressions on his faces, despite the fact that he hadn't been saying anything, portrayed that he was seeing something that perhaps wasn't there in a more pronounced manner that you may have picked up in that time. And then especially after having left the shop and then this going on, like there's a couple of screws that have fallen out somewhere, maybe.
Uh-oh.
And what awareness do I have of the mushroom?
None.
Okay. So as far as I know, you're just losing your fucking mind. Cool.
Yep. Absolutely.
You're good.
I'm gonna kind of drift towards Ardrin.
Okay.
Drifts.
You know, I've never been particularly fond of high elves, but now he's just absolutely batshit crazy. It's like a wood elf that got stuck in a fungal pod.
I kind of just look at Kendra go, well, and I say while looking right at him so he can hear me, he does kind of sound a little bit like a high elf right now. What's,
all-
what's
it's all
going
I
on
know.
with the mushroom, champ?
Wait, mushroom? You saw it? You have it? Reach in my bag, feel it. Is it there?
Has he like this before?
You touch it. It's there.
No.
I don't pull it out, but I just feel it in
Yeah.
my bag. I'm like, okay.
Persuasion
Yeah,
check.
yeah, don't pull out your mushroom, but it's friendly chat.
I have your mushroom in my hand.
No, you don't. It's right here in my hand. You're lying.
I replaced it with a fake. It's right there. Why is this so important?
Insight. Not insight.
Panicked insight check.
He's
Persuasion.
actually losing it. Fucking hell.
Investigation. That's what it is.
Yeah.
All right, to determine if it's
Well, I would say
against. Just
you could just like look. Just look. You can do a perception
Yeah.
or insight, whichever one of the two.
because like I feel a mushroom, but it's like
make a deception check, Sonder.
perception. 19.
Okay.
No, I failed. 4.
I'm like, you're lying because I feel it's in my hand right now. But
You
nice
open
try.
your
You,
You're
perception
not
open,
gonna
you
get-
open the bag a little bit and pull your hand out enough just so you can see and verify, and it is there in your hand.
I would like to give Sonder my inspiration
Sure.
so he can try and pull off this bullshit.
If you want.
21.
I thunder
Let's-
step out. No.
Let's break.
Whatever.
Let's see if we can break the wizard. Got it.
I got it when you were not looking. Why is it so important? Tell me or I'll
So-
crush it.
So I believe him that he took it, right?
Has, yeah.
Okay.
But against your better judgment. Because like you see it, but wait, what if it is
Yeah.
a fake?
I replaced it with the one Soul gave me.
So yeah, I pull it out and I'm looking. I'm like, is this a fake? Like, I'm looking at the one you apparently have.
Given the number of realms that I've been to, I would like to look at the mushroom and see if I've ever seen something like it before.
The Coolidge mushroom that was named Cannon.
All right, so go ahead and make a history check for me.
Guys, why don't we do this not out in the open, please?
That is a 21. Could have been better.
21.
I'll start walking.
It
with
is
the mushroom.
not a material plane origin. You've seen a lot of weird mushrooms. It could be from anywhere, but it is definitely not something that you would imagine would be anything you have seen recently here. It doesn't look like you would find it in a forest. It is weird. It's like black, but the undersides, I know that it's the gills. Those are the ones that are on the underside of a mushroom, I think, right? Those are like this really bright blue. So it has a very like not your ordinary forest mushroom variety, but it. I mean,
Might as well say on it, do not touch. Yeah.
probably.
Cool.
And I was gonna eat this. Wow.
You're welcome. If Sandra's starting walking away, I'm like walking like, don't walk away from me. Get back here. Like, give it back.
I'll try to like.
So you're like pipering me through the streets.
Okay, you guys are
would like
walking,
to-
headed back to where?
Wherever
Wait.
Sandra's going, I'm following, trying to get my mushroom.
You're
I'm just gonna
obsessive.
try and hook arms with Kindred to try and distract him, try and calm him down as we go about wherever we're going now.
You're obsessed with many things, Kindred, but this is not you.
Well, do you know what it is?
The mushroom.
Yeah,
It's what's causing you to lose your mind.
it's mine. It's what it is. So give it back.
If something more happens, or if you
More is
keep
gonna
something
happen if you
from
don't give
us,
myself back. Give it back.
if you
Kindred, where did this mushroom come from? And don't worry, I'm not going to take it, I swear.
Insight. No. Galil gave it to me. Why? Why are y'all so trying to take it from me? He gave it to me to check it out. I need it.
Where's it from?
He didn't say. He got it on his trip from the abyss. That's it. That has like.
You know,
I'd say the
lightning
one
and
thing I
thunder.
know.
in a
Oh,
way,
okay.
One thing I know how to say in Dwarvish, which is strictly a cuss word that somebody taught me. I just under my breath, Barzul.
Did you really just say that out loud? There are kids running.
there are no
don't
children in
really-
Amrutla.
I don't know what it means.
It.
I will. I'll say, if something happens to you, if it gets worse, please tell us.
Nothing's
I'll
gonna
give
happen.
him-
I just need it back.
I'll give him the mushroom.
I snatch it like very greedily.
It's Soul's mushroom. Can I have mine back? The one that I planted?
So now I have 2?
Well, I switched them.
Soul's mushroom was from the
Feywild.
from the
Well,
what?
yeah, the forest.
The
Yeah.
forest. Okay.
Only because I know you can't lie.
So those mushrooms, the ones that were glowing from the Fey Forest, I asked Kindred
To send him
or
in the
someone
box.
to send it, to his family in the grove.
Oh,
The
that's
ones I made for myself and Sonder were the ones where we could stick in our ears.
Oh, so I have
to
an
plug
earmuff
out-
mushroom.
Earmuff mushroom. It
Okay,
kind of
so
looks.
then
Interestingly enough, it looks.
You just bluffed that
strangely
strong.
like
Yes.
this.
so only because I know you won't lie, because you're Bahamut. But if I find out you tricked me as we're still walking, I will get you, and I'll give you the real one that I thought was fake, and take the one that I thought was real.
Okay.
Wait, hold on.
Put it in my
Sorry.
bag.
Yeah.
Well, what did that mean? That hurt
It
my
means
head.
now, it means now I have Soul's earmuff mushroom, and I gave Sonder the actual mushroom, the Coolidge mushroom.
Got it.
I'll put that in my bag.
And it passes.
All right. Cool. What are you gonna say?
Khalil?
Khalil, are you bleeding?
No, it's paint.
Oh. Were you raising your
I was trying
hand
to
or
see-
Is it people paint?
yeah.
It's for fire hydrants.
Yeah. No, I would just didn't know if you were raising your hand and just kind of like getting my attention, or
No, I was just seeing
Or
how.
did you just get back from Fight Club? What the hell?
yeah. This is what happens when people cross Galil.
You can't talk about it though.
Oh wait,
Yeah,
were
painting
you
through.
playing Super Smash Bros. Again? All right, so, all right, so you guys are heading back. Sonder, where are you leading everybody at the moment?
Probably go back to like near where that one store was that we. I'm just gonna head like towards the north area.
Okay.
Kind of.
Cool.
That's okay.
I know we were supposed to meet back somewhere, but it's been a week, and I forgot to write down exactly where we were meeting.
Back in
see if
front
I have
of
any
where
notes.
y'all went into the other Putty Cat's place, where y'all went
We're
underground.
going to the antique shop.
No,
That-
I think you guys had talked about going back to meet up where you guys had been eating
Eating at the festival.
eating at the festival grounds, and that's where you were going to meet up within an hour.
Yep,
Okay.
So.
Okay.
But I do know that it was not north. So then I'll be like, you're going the wrong
Yeah.
way, dumbass. It's this way. After I'm like, got my mushroom bag, I don't care.
Okay. Okay.
So, do we want to start talking about how we are planning to get Ludros out of the city?
I mean, we can at least agree to the fact that we all want to do that.
Napoleon?
Are you still fucking high right now?
No, I'm fine. Let's hurry up. It's almost an hour. Let's get back. Mumbling.
I got a way maybe we can get him out, but I'd rather not use it if we don't have to. Mostly because I've never tried it, and it would kind of send him back to the woods. Maybe I don't really want to give up that location just yet. Of course, even doing that would require us to find a tree that's actually still alive in this place.
Well, considering the only way that I know how to get him out of the city by any magical means is to, he'd either end up charred to a crisp or he would end up in another plane. I don't know which.
Not a great plan.
Not particularly, no.
Well, at the moment, we don't even know how we're getting out, so we may want to fold that into the same plan eventually.
Fair enough.
Great.
I wonder how much magic it would take to just bring down the fortress.
Well, there may be some good people in there who are stuck prisoner.
And once we get back to the area, the waiting area. Oh, Spice Mummer, the others, we're back. Are y'all alive? Are y'all heading back?
All right.
ETA.
So, rewinding time for a moment. Iskra and Soul, what were you guys doing?
We were
You're
Drinking
having-
tea.
drinking tea and having a conversation while waiting
Okay,
for Galil
okay,
to
that's
return
right.
Yeah.
from his like
Mushroom tea?
/ tailing the youth.
I had told Iskra of my idea of how to get Dudros out of the city.
Yeah. Okay. Then Iskra, make a perception check for me.
Iskra, make a perception check. Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
I mean, you have
We
inspiration.
specifically gave you inspiration just for that.
True.
So
She's just like, I don't want to use it just yet, though. You don't have to.
I'm gonna use it. I have to
No,
use it
you don't
for
have
a point of purpose because that was a 3 that I rolled.
Oh my god, why does your dice hate perception so much? You roll good with other things except for
It
that.
went up by 2, so my perception is 9.
Okay. Well, not that they were necessarily being stealthy, but while you and Soul were talking, and you were kind of like watching the crowd as they would walk by, the occasional people that walked to their abodes here or what went into the various shops that are along the street. You are facing that main thoroughfare that kind of leads, that main artery that leads north to south through the city. And you notice your 4 friends walking by, seeming to be involved in their own conversation, as Sonder is currently in the process of walking kind of backwards as he is like talking to Kindred, and Kindred looking very flustered as they're like walking across the street. But you see that they are walking towards where you guys are supposed to meet. So you have a general idea of that they are done with their thing.
The one time I'm glad they're calling so much attention to themselves.
I was gonna say, it was like, because it's not like there's a ton of traffic going up and down that intersection, but you know, and it's not like, again, like I said, it's not like they were being stealthy, but not like they were necessarily being rambunctious. It was just they stood out enough to where you notice, you know, a water
thank
genasi
you for
walking
making
by.
my 9 a success.
Yeah, and she knows exactly what they look like.
I knew what I was doing.
Yeah, but you notice that they are now seem to be walking down that direction.
I've kind of got in the habit of not using the Spice Murmur lately, but this seems like a time to call for it. Hey, look to your left, I say to all of them. And then since one of them's facing backwards, one of them will see me.
Yeah. Sonder,
Your
as
other
you're walking by the
left, no.
street, he's looking down the street. You look over and you can see the street that Iskra and Soul are on.
I wave.
would it just be Sonder who would see it because you told him to turn left?
I told everybody to
told
turn
everybody.
left, so then one person will turn their head the correct direction because one of you is facing opposite. I don't care who it is.
But yeah, you would have noticed that you were, you know what street it is by this point. Whether you continue to go south towards where the meetup spot or veer at this point to go and see them, up to you.
So,
What about Galil?
can we go back? Is it safe to come sit with y'all?
Yeah, please do.
Head to them.
Okay. As you head over to this table, Galil, you had on the far northern side. I don't know. On the far northern side of the city, you had just trailed Lagan as he had gone to this inn, this tavern, and using your hunter's mark, tracked Fume as she had moved up into the building as she'd been waiting for her companion and now you had left that area, right? Because you were
Yeah, I
headed
was
back.
headed back.
Cool. All right. In that case, then you're going to the meetup spot.
No, going to where they were.
No. Galil.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, Galil. Where were you wanting to go?
I was going to go back to where I left Iskra and Soul and Oreo.
Okay. So then, Sonder, Graham, Sonder, Ardrin, Kindred, and Renan, as you guys meet up with Soul and Iskra, pulling up a couple of chairs to the table, if you wish to join them.
Yep. I have something for y'all. I got with y'all two in mind. It's a surprise. So close your eyes. And I'll dig in my bag. And I will
I'm
pull out.
incredulous for a moment, and then I go ahead and do it.
So I pull out two like children's books of Let's Learn Thayan. It's called Muzzy. I put them in front of y'all, and then I pull out like a quill and put it on the one in front of Iskra, and I pull out like a giant quill and put it on the one in front of Souls. Open your eyes.
Got it. It makes sense now. I was curious before. I was like, why? Okay.
Is
Cool.
the
What is
title? Does it have like two languages in the title, or is it only Thayan?
In common, it's like Let's Learn Thayan.
Like,
Sure.
This
Why not?
is how to learn Thayan.
Yeah.
I cock my head and smile. I'm like, Kitrit, this is actually great.
Right.
Do,
I just
do I have to? I don't like. Oh,
no, you don't have to. It just since you're always
like
looking.
the Thayans. He whispers, even though he does it in Spice Memory.
Well, I just thought it's something that since you're looking out for the Thieves Guild symbols, you might want to learn some more symbols.
I start flipping through the pages in the book in front of me.
Now, to
Okay.
be perfectly fair, on the way here, and perhaps a little of while he was picking these out for you, Kindred is losing his mind just slowly, I think. But we had an episode?
I can't buy something nice for my friends for once.
No. No. I just look towards, like, looking for a waitress. I need something to drink.
I'm going to
Hooked on necrophile.
Spice Murmur Soul.
God damn it, Graham.
A, B, C, P,
Well, there you go.
T.
There's no war in Boston.
We can hear you, Sunder.
There's no
Okay.
L sound in Thayan?
I'm going to Spice Murmur Soul. I'll say his name. Wait for him to like look up. Don't look directly at me, but try not to.
The best way to get him to do like the whole looking everywhere else.
Look at your cup of tea, Soul. Take a look at your cup of tea. So,
I'm gonna call him, but don't look at me.
so there's a mushroom that made Kindred act crazy. I want you to take a look at it. I was able to take it away from him, but he does not know that it is the wrong mushroom that he is currently holding. He has your earplug mushroom. I have his crazy one. So I'm going to give you the mushroom and say that thank you for letting me borrow it, and here it is back. I want you to just take it, and when you have time, investigate it. See what's wrong with it. It's in a jar, right?
Oh,
No, it
Where
is
you just got all the spores all
okay.
over your hands.
It is just mushroom.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
I'm immune
I
to poison, so.
wouldn't do that.
But
Or you're immune to death.
Or crazy.
disease, yeah, I guess. You may want to wrap it in some kind of cloth. So I'm just going to sit across from you, and like,
So you're saying he should wrap up his mushroom?
Um, these tables that we're sitting at,
Is there a napkin?
are there napkins in this reality?
I was gonna say.
Or tablecloths or something?
I mean, they may not have paper napkins, but there are like cloth napkins. I would imagine that they, you know,
Okay. Yeah,
that they employ and wash.
pull one.
Thank you
Okay.
for letting
Yeah,
me borrow that.
I will do that. Oh. You are welcome, Sonder. I am glad that my eared mushroom helped you.
What is that?
We'll take it back now.
Mhm.
And save it for later.
That's the. Don't look at Sonder. That's the fake one. Right. Yeah, it's the fake. It's fake.
Cool. And then Soul will take
So angry. It's fake, everybody. Let everybody know it's fake. It's not a real diamond. All right. So
I'll go back to the. Yeah, if you looked at this page and show them like all the Don Phonics stuff.
okay. All right. So as you are in the middle of this conversation, Renan has gotten himself a beverage of choice. What is the beverage that you are wanting?
The highest proof vodka that they have.
Got it. Something really strong.
Huh? I've just spent way too much time
It's a glass
with
of diesel.
Stoner Kindred. And Ardrin was not helping me as my emotional support elf today.
All right, cool.
So,
Nope, use your sleeve like God intended, creamy. Oh, I love you. All right, so,
Hey, just a quick thing. Renan's known Kindred long enough. He needs to learn how to deal with him himself. Arjun can't be walking around holding everyone's hands.
Yes, but thunder damage is frowned upon in common society, sir.
Iskra, what were you gonna say?
So, thanks for coming to sit here, guys. I don't think that we should make it a habit, but it's important for now. We're waiting on Galil. He's tailing one of Fume's crew.
Which one?
You know, the one who had the hair and the face.
Lou
I love you.
Something.
I love you.
Oh, that one.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, that one.
Indeed. Yes. By the way, I had a con save of an 11.
Look up.
For the beverage.
You know,
Cool.
it's an FYI.
Yeah, Lagan, that's the name.
Mhm.
The
The upset one. That's all I know about him.
Galil and I overheard him talking to a waitress. It sounds like they're gonna start hanging out here, so we shouldn't make this our regular haunt.
Ooh. Okay.
But it's useful to know.
Yes.
Galil decided to follow him off and see if he could find out anything else about their routine.
Is this place also an inn?
And speaking of the devil, you see him walking around the corner. Still not close, but like just walking, starting to
okay.
turn down the street.
This one's just a cafe.
So then, Sol, you gave Dudros his key.
Sorry, I had to sneeze.
That's okay.
Yes, I gave it to him. I also am thinking about. He starts to spice memory, everyone. I want to try to get Dudros out of here tonight. I think it would just be safer if he is not here. And I can take him back to the ship, whatever it is.
But does he want to leave?
Remind me, Aaron, because I think he and I went back and forth a little bit about it, right?
Yeah.
I don't remember where we ended on that.
He's kind of considering leaving, yeah, but he just doesn't know how to go about it because he feels like he still has
Got a life here.
Yeah, well, that and like the little old lady. There are people that he serves here and helps them. However, he also, I think there was something he had mentioned about it feels strange to help them knowing that they don't realize what is going on around them. So it kind of hurts to have to be here and not be able to like help them out. But
Yeah, so
also
fuck 'em.
knowing they don't, he is like their source of comfort. They come to him for teas and all these other things that help ease their life. But at the same time, like it's kind of like doesn't want to leave because it feels like he's the good thing in their life, but also wants to leave because it hurts knowing that.
He's torn. He's Natalie and Bruya.
So yeah, he basically wants to leave. True.
So
Don't doubt it. I don't want to force him. If he wants to, I'm more than happy to try to help get him out. But just,
speaking out loud, I think there's risk involved, of course. But I think that we might be able to make it easier. We're growing this relationship between us and our new friends here. They could watch him as he goes, when he goes, if he goes, make sure that nobody follows him. That way, it's mundane means nothing drawing attention, just a man leaving, and we can be confident that he's not followed out, give away everybody else.
And
I
Galil
was
walks
just
up to
gonna
the
put
table.
him on the big bird and send him to.
I like the idea in principle, but we should hold off on even mentioning him to them until we kind of get a handle on who they really are.
I completely agree.
Not to mention, if we're going to go off the principle of we know he made it out safe without being followed, that isn't true. We employ someone to follow him. And if they betray us, they betray him.
Right. Like I said, we're growing a relationship here, so it's going to take a little bit of time to make sure that we can trust them. But as much as I
Something to
want to
keep in
save
the
him,
pocket.
we're trying to save a whole city here. I don't know if we want to spend the time.
Galil arrives at the table.
If
Necessarily agree that we are trying to save a whole city. We are trying to get a task done that will allow us to save them all.
the city.
I also feel a little bit responsible for him waking up, and I have fears that him being awake means he is also a target.
That's a fair point. But if we
Well-
wake up the whole city, that'll solve a lot of problems, but also create a few new ones.
If anything, it'll split the sand forces and divide them up. Do they come after us, or do they come after the angry mob coming after them? Best case
Well-
situation.
And Kindred, are you capable of just teleporting him to Athet?
Did you say that out loud?
Oh, because now I'm the one calling attention to it. Lovely.
No, I was like legit asking. Did you say that out loud?
Out of character, he's asking.
Yeah.
Nope, I spies murmured it. Yep.
Okay.
Here.
I just nod yes, I could do that. But
If we
he has to make
if
his
we
own
have
choice.
If we have a way to send him and make certain that they know that he's going to arrive, it could be a wise enough way to go.
Am I included in this spice murmur?
My part was
in
out
group
loud.
chat.
Okay.
Anytime I'm using the spies murmur, I'm talking to everyone.
Let's see some space.
I think he has hesitation because He hasn't
Dreamy.
decided how long or how far he wants to be from here, so that is why I thought if I could put him on airship, then he would be close but still far. And then after we help everyone else, if he wants to come back and help, then he can come back here to help.
Graham disappeared. Where's he at?
Turn into a
Turned into
sea.
a sea.
Where's the mushroom? For Coolidge mushroom.
Arjun's
Arjun, where'd
taking
you
this
go?
learn Thayan really seriously.
Today's letter brought to you by the Thayan letter C.
Sesame
Street. Pronounced
Can you say
Yeah.
a word that starts with the letter C?
Hola, soy
Little did
Dora.
Arjun- yeah,
Oh no!
Let me
little
grab the
did
wig
Kindred
real quick.
realize that he had bought a book of Latin, and so he accidentally just sent himself to the ninth hell.
Take it.
There he is, there he
Backpack,
is.
backpack.
That's the reality he gets sent to.
That was weird.
That was no, it was great. we were
Did
like
you meet
today
Dora?
brought to you by the letter C.
Is I could see all of you just fine. I could hear all of you
See.
just fine. Nothing was happening.
Oh really?
Yeah, and I couldn't
yeah,
turn the
that is-
video
Hear,
back
hear you.
on.
Oh, so that is weird.
That was weird.
Zoom always C for character creation. Larry knows a few
Well,
words
but
right
that's
about
weird
now.
because you don't spell my name with kindred in it, so
All right, so what are you guys doing?
Well, we're putting a lot of time and resources into one person. Let's focus on the task at hand, which is the big thing. And is it dusk
I
yet?
agree.
What is the big thing again?
The thing that we want to take down.
Well, I just got back from telling what's his face.
Galil.
Howdy.
where everyone knows Galil's name.
Yep.
C for cheers.
So what's the scoop?
If it makes you feel better,
Da-da-da-dun-dun.
I'm gonna just tap my fingers on the table and cast minor illusion in front of Kindred
Okay.
on the table to the point where the N logo just appears on that in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
Lifetime.
Okay. And then
Kindred, can you read what this says? Because apparently that's where they're staying.
Did you ask if I could read?
at
Can-
this
can you
point, a very
translate this for me?
valid question.
So
Yeah, we don't know how high
nervously
Kindred
try to
actually is right
hide-
now.
Yeah,
so.
me and this mushroom are
minor
about to have
illusion.
issues.
Look at it. What's it say?
It is called the Tower of Shield.
Nice.
You mean the
I
tower
thought it was
with
called
the
the
big shield?
Triskelion.
Um,
Wasn't it the
Shield.
Triskelion? I'm just saying.
It's called the Two Towers.
Where's the second one?
You don't have those.
The Twin Towers.
Oh,
the Tower of Shield.
but I say
I
it's
want
the
to
Two
say
Towers.
it's supposed to be the Tower of Shields because that's what I seem to recall, but I wrote down the Tower of Shield. But I'm pretty sure it's the Tower of Shields.
Well,
like
you can make it
multiple.
up.
Like
No, I know.
the
It's
Avengers
a
Tower.
homeland.
No, because when I said it out loud, I was like, that didn't sound right. I was like, the Tower of Shields. It's supposed to be plural because there's supposed to be a lot of them.
Oh,
Like Agents of Shield too.
Yeah. That's why I was
Maybe
like, Tower
don't
of
forget
The
the
Shield.
bartender's a
Faded.
shield.
Yeah. The
There
Tower
was
of-
an S, but it burned out.
It's
fell-
got
it
scratched
fell
off.
off.
Yeah.
Blinks in and out.
Horrible.
The meteors hit it.
Yeah. Okay.
It hurt itself in its confusion.
Yes.
All
The
right.
toe of hell.
Yeah. Right.
Actually, you're really close. I'll like flip to like some pages and like point out the miss parts.
There you go.
The toe of
Yep.
She.
You could use this as a teaching moment where you're like,
Learning.
you're like catching certain letters that you saw. You have the Thayan alphabet laid out, all 2 pages of it, and you can catch the correct glyphs.
I pull out
And
my
I'm gonna,
roller and snap Soul's knuckles. Like, pay attention.
I'm gonna stop tapping my my fingers on the table, and the spell's gonna
Go away. Dissipate.
Nice.
Just go away. And I have a tracker basically on Fume.
Oh,
Really?
right now, still currently.
Yep,
Where's she at?
Fume or Lagan?
Fume.
Oh,
Has you concentrate, like you've had the concentration, and to me, like it's always been weird thinking about concentration spells. It's like you're doing your whatever else you're doing, but you have a thought that's in the back of your head. It's kind of like when you have a melody that you're doing while you're doing other things, and so you have that in the back of your head and you bring it forward to the front of your concentration to where you're like actually actively thinking about it, and you sense her exactly where you left, where she was. There hasn't been any movement of like, and I would argue that as distance goes, it's kind of like just a fuzzy somewhere in this vicinity kind of sense. It's not like she's exactly 100 feet up from the air, you know, or anything like that. It's just like a it's like a, you just sense that there hasn't been any movement from where they have been left.
And Fume, is that someone that we need to do something with soon?
Kill.
Whatever vision everyone else had at the place that we all come from. Basically, if we take her out, we'll be able to live.
Okay, and do we do this before or after the big thing?
Whichever
Whenever.
ones we get to do first, whatever comes first.
she seems like the easier target, and if we could turn off our back, then we only have to worry about that.
I feel like they're gonna go hand in hand. We kill her, that's gonna set off a lot of red flags.
But it is
Find
easier
myself
to
agreeing with
attack a
Kindred again.
fortress.
If we
Okay, so we
were
know where
underground,
Fume and them are. And according to Graham, he knows where
Who's Graham?
Ardran, sorry. It's been a long day. According to Ardran, he knows where the bigger thing is. Am I correct?
Well, we all know where the bigger thing is, yeah.
And right
The
here.
question is, which one do we want to go for right now?
Well,
You.
let's not go for anything right now. We'll wait for our person and just see what they know and get more information for the night.
We know what the bigger target is. We just don't have a plan to deal with said bigger target. So we need to think of that first.
Yes.
Rhiannon, what do you got?
I like that as I look. Ran in.
Renan.
She's trying out the Thayan pronunciation.
This book is already like paying for itself.
Go ahead,
I
Renan.
smile. I look at you.
It is easier to take down a fortress when it does not have a trebuchet, but it can be more difficult to take down a trebuchet than the fortress.
It's just that's just, I don't get it.
well, now that everyone is here, we can talk about our friends.
Has
Yeah.
anyone kept an eye on what's his name?
Well, that's what I asked if it was Duskad. You said not quite, right?
No, not
He's just sitting next to the table, like listening to this whole conversation,
who are you talking
ready to
about?
run back to. I don't remember his name.
Whomst though?
Fumes,
Philippe?
little.
He's not here anymore.
He's not
fistful.
here.
Yeah,
He
he's
left.
not here.
Yeah,
Like,
I
Lagon.
tailed him.
Okay.
Yeah. Lagon tailed him back to the
He's
thing.
just
Stop
sitting
giving Jamie
opposite
more
of the
information on
entire
us.
group.
The last thing I remembered about him was him coming around the
Yeah,
corner.
yeah,
That is
yeah,
all
yeah.
I remember hearing.
Yeah.
You're just
It
giving
was
Jamie
Galil
more
that came around the
ammunition.
corner.
Yeah, I came
Yeah.
around the corner.
Yeah, Galil came around the corner.
Today,
Because we said
Galil
speak
came
of
around
the
the
devil.
corner. Yeah, last time, if you're talking specifically about that guy, yes, he came to this cafe and then left, and that's when Galil went after him, tracked him there,
They'll be coming around the mountain
and
when
then
she comes.
found
Making my way down, too.
Fume, and then he came back.
I'm just losing my mind. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's a mushroom.
If
The whole ploy behind this whole freaking episode. So
in a hushed tone, I'll inform Khalil, Iskra, and Sol about what I found out of the those two merchants.
Okay, letting them know
Um,
that Orita and the
And the
blacksmith seem tied to the hands.
Aside from them, how do we know that there are not other merchants around that we may know of that could help? So if things go as planned tonight, maybe we can ask them if there is a place we can stay tonight, or have Dudros stay.
Oh,
We have them
got
covered.
those arrangements taken care of, Arjun
Okay.
and I.
Yeah.
We just need to make sure we hold up our end of the bargain.
Which I should be able to with my vision.
Is there a place that we could? We'll talk
I
about
lean
it
in
when we
real
get to that
close.
point.
We were waiting for her to pick us up, to take us to the place. Speaking
As
of-
for
what are the sleeping arrangements?
Understep
Uh,
out. No.
As for Dudros, I have told him about being underground seems to help fight against the brainwashing, and so he has a basement in his shop. He said he will stay tonight. Now, if we decide to help him leave tonight, I also told him that I can locate where the airship is, put him on a big bird, and fly him over there.
As long as it's not us going to the airship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That combination is supposed to be deadly.
Right. It would not be us, it would just be Big Bird.
That should be okay.
Although technically, as I'm just trying to kill time waiting for this person to come pick us up, you said in this vision there were multiples of us. So if one of us were to go and only one of us at a time, that would bypass the vision itself as well.
Let's not, because I don't know the exact details of it,
Oh, makes sense. Okay.
or else I would agree with you.
Sure.
And do we really want to risk making trips there?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Just saying, like, worst case scenario.
Indrid, would you be able to turn Big Bird and Dudros invisible?
I could, but I mean, why deprive us of that sight?
Like,
For the sake of Dudros, the bird, apparently, and the ship. That would be the sake.
Do they not have sarcasm back on? Where's he from?
Ruvian.
Damn.
Anyways, the bird itself and casting outrageous magic might just catch too much attention that goes back towards the boat. So maybe we don't do that
Yeah.
just yet.
Yeah.
We go magic blob heading towards. Yeah, not good.
Well,
but the invisible
Dudros-
magic blob.
Well, Dudros did say that he was open to us waking him up again if he got put back to sleep. So before we leave, we could always wake him up and send him on his way.
Okay, so maybe we don't.
Yeah,
Take
let's
him-
not jump the gun just yet. But, I mean, my snake's not back yet, so
A more elegant solution might be once we know more, we may be able to just take him along with us if he's willing to go.
not.
That way, we're not risking too many trips and too many people in the process.
Oh, then
And
now
if we change circumstances here, we may not have to do all this subterfuge to get him out. He might just be able to go on his own.
That too. So let's
So-
just put a pin in it.
Yeah.
Galil, when you were following Lagan and Fume, You didn't notice any necklaces or charms or bracelets or anything that they were wearing that would cause them to not be affected by what happens here.
Would I have noticed that, or
They were all wearing like the same thing.
I would say, honestly, probably not. You can see roll either history or like roll a history at this point, a history check. But honestly, probably not, just because you were following at a distance, not enough to really get a good look at them. You know what I mean?
But Lagan did step in front of me and Iskra at our table when yelling at the.
When he first got here, yeah. That's what I'm saying. From whenever you saw them both at that distance, probably not. But when he was up close.
From a distance.
You know, Fume recognized me earlier when I was wearing my mask. I even made reference to bumping into her, and she was not mad at all. Either she just let it go, or they are being impacted.
What'd you roll, Gilio?
History, so you immediately went to me, huh?
Yeah, basically. Kindred. Can't do it. Galil, nothing that stood out to you as out of the ordinary. You saw, like, they are not shy about wearing the pendant that hangs around their neck that has the it looks like almost like a five-headed star at first glance, but upon closer look, it is definitely almost like the five-headed star that kind of swirls a little bit, but it is not a star. It is like the little dragon heads in that circle. They are not shy about. They don't hide that. They have it very much on the front and center, and it is a bright and shiny medallion that hangs there. That is the only piece of jewelry that they seem to have that sticks out in your mind.
So, you said this lady was coming to get us at dusk, right?
Mm-hmm. You probably have another
No, I'm asking. Sorry, I'm asking.
For time clarification, you probably have another 3 or 4 hours before then.
Oh, damn! I thought.
Then we've got time to do stuff. Then I guess.
Shopping spree.
Because whenever you guys had left, remember it was like in the morning. You had gone to the shop. It's only been a couple hours, so I'm saying you're probably like midday at this point.
Okay, so you want to just time warp it, and I'll spend a couple of hours teaching those two Thayan, if y'all want.
Just to jump to the left.
I just want to find one thing.
What would you like?
Any type of book or herbalism kit that would help Kindred with the mushroom that I asked him to research on.
I already got it. We're good.
If you want something like that, you could probably find in Dudros' shop. If you want an
I'm headed
herbalism
there.
kit. Okay. Then easily enough, you can find an herbalism kit from Dudros' shop for he'll give it to you for 5 silver.
Poor Ox guy. We was like, hey, give me some space so I can think through my recent revelations. Oh, I'm seeing you every 15 minutes.
Every couple of hours, these guys keep letting me, go through my my
It's a constant
thing.
text chain of, are you okay? Are you okay?
Yeah.
Are you mad at me?
So yeah, if y'all
Closing the
are
door, then reopening. Are you sure? We're cool? We're good?
So
She shut it like, oh, I thought I heard you say yes. What? Huh?
I am going with Galil for the sake of getting away from the
The
chaos
Thayan history
of it
teacher?
all. Yeah, that.
I simply suggest that we go and do it down in the feast area instead. There'll be
Okay.
more things to point out, and we won't be at the place where we know Fume and her buddies now are going to hang out.
Gotcha.
Before the 8 hours, you go up, Aaron.
You saw it. You'll
An
have
hour.
time.
An hour before. Yeah, I know. But an hour before I know the spell will end.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave back to where Fume is.
Okay. Yes, you have plenty of time. I'll make a note of
yeah.
it. Try to remember.
Tower of Shield.
but
Hand of faith.
you just like I would say you've just probably are at like the 45 minutes since you've cast it to begin with. So you've got a while still.
Oh yeah, I know.
All right, so
Just a quick
Arjun's
thing.
got something.
If we're running off to go have a Thayan lesson in the feast area, Arjun would absolutely want to be trying to learn that whole hooked on necrophonics.
Hooked on
'Cause
that.
I feel like he's going to have to make use of this by the time this is over.
yeah, for sure. For sure.
You can share the one that Soul has. He's having a hard time.
They can share.
Aw.
He
Okay.
can sit next to Saul going, see Thayan spot run.
All right.
See Thayan spot raised from the dead.
And Soul's there looking.
Oh no.
Soul's there looking at the book.
Darte!
Kind of like,
it's like it's like the ABCs and Frankenweenie put together, you know. It's
Yeah.
the story of a young
That
red
cemetery
wizard.
is actually like a children's story.
Yeah, it's like a story of a
Galil
young red
only
wizard
knows.
that. What were you gonna say?
Yeah, Galil only knows the 3 words that Kindred said. And Thayan. Yes, no, and stop. That's it.
Nice.
Dracarys.
A Thayan kids movie
And
is
his
all
safe word.
dogs get raised.
All dogs get raised again instead of all dogs go to heaven. Definitely.
Forever
okay.
puppies.
We're horrible. I love it.
Oh my
Forever puppies.
gosh. All
L
right.
is for lantern. M is for mages who rightly rule over all of us. Praise be to the mages.
Perfect.
N is for no
N is
rights
for
under
notebook.
Thayan rule.
Okay, so I guess
Best purchase ever.
G is for your grandfather, whom fights for Thay now.
forever. Oh no, does this mean I need to fan art write a Thane kids book? I mean, if you want to compile together a list of ABCs for Thane kids, by all means,
My
I would
first
not be mad.
necromancy.
Propaganda all
My
over
first
it.
necromancy. Nice.
It
My
takes
first-
3 political dissidents to make a snowman.
Oh my god. Amazing. Yeah. Okay. Iskra, you get another inspiration. Hooray!
She deserved
I
that.
will use it on perception checks.
And only
Almost
perception
exclusively.
checks. All right. So for the next couple hours, you guys kind of go over learning Thayan. Go ahead. Ooh, how would?
Can it be a? Let's see here.
Oh no, man, that's a hard bargain, Mara. I'll illustrate it in exchange for all your inspirations in every game we ever play together.
Can we do a survival check for that? Because I feel like it could lead to survival, and because it's just off the bat, it's off meta.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna lead into your strengths of having learned how to be in school and reading books and stuff.
Okay.
Like give you
Straight
an
intelligence or
straight
wisdom
intelligence.
check.
Hmm.
Can we,
Oh, like
can
me
we
roll
tell
for
it
them?
Caster?
Performance for me, because that's like playing the instrument was how I learned to do my elemental stuff.
Sure. I would say for
That's like my
Kindred, we'll
learning
roll
style.
a good.
Hands-on.
Give me your intelligence check first, Kindred. And then we'll
with your best shot.
And you can add your. I'll say even add your proficiency to it because you are a
fuck
wizard.
yeah.
You are a wizard, and you teach and learn stuff via
26.
26. All right. Because you
Dang.
rolled a 26, both Iskra and Sol and Arjun, you're gonna make your respective checks with advantage.
Ooh,
So performance
what am I
for
rolling with?
Arjun, how would you like to have this information applied with you?
What's your learning style? This is
Yeah.
instructive. Learning the learning styles of the group.
Given the way that he would have been taught other languages or courtly procedure and all that kind of stuff. I feel like performance would roll into that. That's all about the performative
The
aspect.
swish and flick.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I like it. I like it.
Y'all,
He'd
it's
also be.
all
I think
some
part of it too.
rubber
He'd be
bands.
focusing on like etiquette and protocols, like how to actually say something with
Leviosa.
like the
precise.
correct
Yeah.
honorifics and all that kind of stuff.
Okay. So, would you like to use just wisdom for this? Or if you have another idea of what you would like to use to roll for learning yourself some things?
I'll use stealth so that the teacher doesn't see me sneaking out of the classroom. No. Let's
Nat
see.
20 for 29 total.
Damn.
Wow.
Very nice.
You're my best student. A for effort.
You get a gold star.
Yes.
Let's be honest. I feel like I would have gotten advantage just from the idea of Kindred liking the idea of Arjun as his pupil.
I mean, if you want some extra credit, I know what you can do.
Well, there you go.
Okay.
I'll do
I guess
anything
for
for
soul,
an
it would-
A.
What
It would
did I
just be
come back to?
investigation, I think.
Investigation? Sure. As you are like doing the course work in the book of like actually like writing out the things. Go for it. Roll with advantage in
Yeah.
investigation. Iskra, what did you roll?
Artificial 20.
Okay. Okay.
I'm such a good teacher, guys.
Yeah.
I got a 16.
Okay. I will say.
Attention.
So you are struggling a little bit with this, but
I hate it, Dan.
yes, but it's more so not because you are not understanding the source material, but because as you are studying it, it's just this recurring circular thought in your head. This is like, it's almost like this is the language of the
Sucks.
enemy kind of thing. But yeah, you just, the fact that you're having to learn this, the very people who have oppressed you, it's just like a mental block that's just not allowing you to retain the information as much. You'll still be able to like recognize characters, and it's not like within 2 hours Iskra and Arjun know how to read or understand it, but they can. You guys will have. I'll say you will be able to maybe
Recognize the vowels.
recognize the lettering, maybe not so much what it means yet, but you can recognize the symbols and would be able to enunciate what it is. Whereas
Maybe a way to look at it is when you're translating Cyrillic, so like Russian, it's all like weird squiggles in your head, but you're able to transition it to the romanization, so you at least can read that.
Right.
even
You're
if
like,
you don't
I can make the
understand
sounds for this even if I don't know
Yeah.
what the word
what
is.
the word
yet.
is. That's exactly what I
Yeah.
was getting at. So yeah,
And Soul's like
Translate this
learning
into
it and
hieroglyphs.
Soul's learning
Soul's
what?
learning it and just thinking like, it's a stupid word for that.
Perfect. Sonder, what are you doing while they are going over this
Counting
information? Sonder, Galil, and Renan, what are you guys doing while they are doing their studies?
I got an appetizer.
Okay.
I'm gonna hang out with Dudros. Like after Galil
I
has
mean,
gotten his
you-
book.
No,
You are not anywhere close to Dudros' shop. So if you want to separate from the party, you can go back up to where Dudros' shop are. But you guys are now back in the main area where you guys have been sitting during lunch, basically.
Yep.
Where Oktoberfest is going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just wanted that herbalism kit, then I do whatever. That's it.
Okay.
I will go with, and then once back at Dudros's, I will stay and hang out with Dudros.
Okay. So you'll go.
I'll drag him back. Don't worry.
I'll just go along with that.
Okay.
I don't have a particular thing to do until we get picked up.
We get tooken.
Tooken to the north.
Sonder,
northeast
make,
place.
On 222.
Sonder,
Okay.
make a perception check for me.
Suddenly, a fume appears.
Well, no, because well,
I would know.
yeah, he would know.
Oh, yeah.
He'd keep you apprised.
I
of the
would
situation.
know.
24.
Okay. In the time that you are watching, sitting at we'll say this is like after hour 2 Galil and Renan have now returned from Dudros's, and you guys are not necessarily all sitting at the same table. Perhaps like Iskra, Kindred, Ardren, and Sol are sitting at one table, and they're kind of going over notes and going over how to read. You, having picked up your appetizer, are now sitting off to the side with Galil, Renan, and Oreo. And you guys are just kind of like casually just enjoying the ambiance that is going on around you guys right now.
I got
The what?
chips. I got chips if you guys want.
No! Oh, yes, you got chips. You found fried bread things that's similar to chips.
Okay, wait.
Yeah.
Saunders with us right now?
Saunders with Galil and Renan. I mean, you guys are close. It's like two separate tables, but you're not like occupying one space, but you are close by to where you guys are at.
They
Oh, you
called
can have
it,
some chippies, mate.
Cheese on here.
called it hummus and paita.
Moose. Oh no.
Hummus and paita. It's pretty good. Yeah, you guys have some if you want.
This episode's a train wreck, and I love it.
It is.
Admittedly, I went straight for like fish and chips. So like we've got
like
fries
fries.
going on.
Yeah.
And now
No, I
find
knew
out
as soon
they're
as he
actual
said chips, I was like, here come the nachos. I know already. This is where it's going.
Dun dun dun.
He said pita chips though, so
Yeah. So when he said pita, I was like, okay.
So you're
okay.
safe. You're safe for now.
For-
I feel like you
now.
were gonna let me get nachos, so I was like,
I mean, you found chips, so you know that's fine. You did it. You have unlocked an achievement and now have unlocked chips in the campaign. So
We will never find nachos because that was the very first side quest we ever made.
for
Ever.
yourselves, we are going to find
that side
nachos
quest
on
has
this
like
damn
been going
campaign.
this entire time.
Well, no, you
Side quest for
failed
3
it,
years.
so and you've passed on the main story quest. So.
No,
Yeah.
so we can't go back. Get,
No.
like,
Oh no, you've saved
game
too
doesn't let
far. Yeah, you
You have to
Well,
wait for
I-
New Game Plus.
I prefer to think of it as Game of Santos is just one big quest to find nachos. And it's not that we've passed or failed. We just haven't gotten to the point where we could have completed it. So all this other stuff that we're doing, unimportant. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the campaign wrap up where it's just he shows us all the moments where nachos were that we just sort of weaved around.
the NPC
that
that,
would be
was supposed
so
to like
amazing.
help with that quest is just glitching somewhere.
Nah, the NPC gets shot by a Thayan in the face.
Damn
I
it.
slit his throat.
It was those two
early-
guards in love with each
Those
other.
are the two guards.
They
No,
were
the ones
going
that I
to
killed.
invent it. Yeah, they were going to invent it.
One had this great recipe for melted cheese, and the other one had this idea for frying small
Those are
flatbread.
Thanks.
You know,
I'm gonna go now. Goodbye.
Now that will never exist in this world. 'cause
And I
Oh
slit his
my
throat.
Oh my god. Okay, so as amazing as that was,
Graham. Oh my
Um,
god.
as amazing as that
What did I
was,
do now?
I read the chat.
Oh,
He's no canon.
Sonder, as you're watching all of this going on, and you see these
Before.
people, you see these people acting in relative harmony with their surroundings, knowing everything that has happened to them, everything that is unjust in the way that they have been treated so far by the people who are ruling over them. It kind of frustrates you.
Yeah, it does.
It's bothering you that this is something that you even have to. I don't say that you even have to deal with, because it's not like you're necessarily dealing with that, but it's just something that kind of keeps roiling over your head,
Strategy
and
with
yeah.
you, Chips.
and it goes deeper into your thoughts with your order and how it relates to justice and Bahamut's, some of like the teachings there. And you kind of for a moment kind of do this meditative introspection, and you feel on the outside of your mind, a heated presence. Somewhere in the back of your head. It's like, you ever get that sensation when someone's staring at you and you just feel it on the back of your head? You just kind of know someone's looking. And you almost want to turn your head and look, but you're so like doing that 1,000-yard stare of just staring out, and it's only then that you feel that presence of something like slipping past your mind, and it's the feeling of scales on the on skin. It's just like you can feel each little. It's almost like you feel a snake going along your arm, but it's just the back of your consciousness, and it's warm and heated.
Negative?
It's not good.
Okay.
And
Never
it's only
recognize it
whenever
from-
you're so deep in thought that where you're just kind of in a meditative state, staring at the crowd but through it at the same time. What were you gonna say?
Close my eyes and
Okay.
try to concentrate on that. Then
Okay.
Taco.
What do you say? Anything in particular?
I feel you again. Are you ready to face me head on this time, instead of lurking in the shadows?
Why can I sense you? Your presence. A filthy reminder. You stand for him. I have my own champion. She will find you. I will see to that. That presence just keeps circling around your head, and then it fades a little bit.
Before that,
Sure.
right? Okay. Right before that, I'll say, Bahamut's champions will find her and her posse. You will be the one who's destroyed. Tiamat.
There is that moment of just like the sense of amusement, like that of a child listening to like that of a parent listening to a child tell some boastful story, and they just kind of have that amusing chuckle of, oh, you poor thing. It's that sort of feeling that you get in return. There is no verbalization of it. It is just that sense before it dissipates. And Galil, kind of sitting in front of you, just kind of like does a little like, hello? As your eyes were just like staring so hard and intently at nothing for some time.
I felt Tiamat herself speaking. She says that she will have Fume find us.
You sound scared.
No. Just angry.
If she's trying to intimidate you, it means She ain't that confident.
She says that she seemed confused that she could feel my presence. I think she is what I ran into the last time I felt that draconic presence in the ship.
Well, just think of it as this, because you say this loud enough for all of us to hear, right?
Just
We're
the
close
group.
by. Okay.
Yeah.
Khalil and then Renan.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't
Oh, yeah,
realize-
then I'm not part of that. All right.
It's okay. I wasn't gonna say anything. I was like, yeah, it's good. It's fine.
Don't even go here.
You're not one of the cool kids.
No.
Apparently.
Well, yeah, no. It was just because you guys were
Nerds.
in the meantime we're having your conversation.
Gotcha.
But we
We're
can.
honor students. We don't sit with them.
Oh no.
Physical kids.
We're in AP
Oh,
classes.
Love
You're
it.
nerds.
I love it.
Wednesdays
It's
we
more
wear
like-
academic medals.
I was about to say it's more like the CMC class, to be honest.
But yeah, it was just like
And I said
thing.
none of that. I just thought it real hard.
Taco.
Renan, Khalil.
It's certainly an interesting prospect. Do you think you would be able to reach out to your friend and get
What?
anything?
Think so?
Look,
You-
wasn't going to say it out loud, but yes. I have found that when walking with cultists nearby, it's never a wise choice to simply.
It's okay. I said it in Spice Murmur.
Oh, of course.
Of course. Yeah.
I hate it here.
No, I'll tell them that in person, and then
Do you
Just
want
that
to?
single word.
speaking of Bahamut, I'll say it in Spice Murmur.
to the rest.
Oh, then, yeah.
So, yeah. Do you want
So I'll
to?
inform everyone of that.
Do you need to talk to him?
I can try. I think
I
it'll
mean,
help.
you have a holy man right here and someone who already talks to gods. So,
Yeah, you guys you should be able to help me channel him, I imagine. The thing I'm worried about, though, is she says that she's going to have Fume find us, so I don't know if Fume already knows that we are nearby, or if she's going to have her locate us. How quickly that will happen.
I mean,
No
I have
doubt it
taps
is
on
close.
fumes as well.
Do you feel
So-
her moving?
Let me check.
I'm just
Focus.
looking over at their table. Now
Yeah.
that
Hey,
Sandra
pay
Spies
attention.
were
Pay attention.
Yeah.
Can't have my star people looking away getting distracted at trivial things.
You are a star. You are taking us all the way to the spelling bee. All right. So, as you concentrate, you sense her still in that same spot. She hasn't moved
She's still at the end.
Can you feel her heartbeat?
until, like a synaptic, static little shock.
Oh.
It's gone.
Oh.
The connection is
Got cut off.
severed.
Oh. Oh. What?
Red alert.
Uh-oh. What? Is she coming?
This, I can't sense it anymore.
It's as if it was dispelled.
Oh, shit.
But she was at the spot
The Tower of
where I
Shield.
last saw her.
And it was at least probably a mile or so up from where you guys are at the moment. And as you guys are focusing on this
We're gonna
like
go on break.
sudden change, two hands place themselves on Iskra's shoulders.
Wait, I would have seen that because I'm paying attention to Iskra. Someone coming up.
You would not, because you've been paying attention to the table, sitting next to her. So it was like coming up from behind both
Inspiration. No.
of you. Two hands come up behind and place themselves on Iskra's shoulders before slipping down around her, like doing like an embrace around her neck.
Oh,
Hello,
I know
darlings.
what this is.
Wind
I
whispers.
thought I saw a
into-
putty cat.
Wind whispers into your ear, like leaning over, looking at the table. It looks like you're in the middle of learning some deep and meaningful things, she says, with a little bit of sarcasm. And, like, continues to have an arm around your shoulder before sliding onto the bench, like, seat next to you. So, shall we press onwards? We have a lot to do. She looks at around at the people at the table, seeing Ardred and Kindred and Soul. Are these your only friends? Did you not say
I'll
that you had
say-
more?
Hello, Wind, but I'll say it in Than. And
And it comes out only Gust.
and I'll because I'm sure that we will have learned at least hello at this
Yeah.
point. And then you're like, just trying to fit in, you know.
Very.
And then
very
I'm
wise.
just gonna like really subtly point to everybody. At the table over there, and just be like,
She
those are a few.
leans down and waves over at Sonder and Renaud and Gilliel.
I wink
Well.
at her.
In that case, it looks like we have enough for a party. Shall we get down to business?
That you
absolutely.
never ask.
Excellent.
What party you going to? Right
She
now?
stands up.
Your
and that is where
graduation.
your graduation. You're graduating. Congratulations. It was a really it was a crash course. 3-hour Thans.
Than
All right.
GED is just you become a skeleton.
Oh my god, perfect. All right, we're gonna go to break before we continue on with this next leg of the journey and seeing where things go as Wind takes you to your next destination with destiny or whatever.
Calculating. Your
Calculating.
destination is on the right.
We'll see you in 10 minutes. Bye. What was that? Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Hey everyone.
We are ready. Just kidding. We are waiting on 2 more. They will return shortly.
Almost ready.
Yeah, almost ready.
Yes,
In the
yeah.
meantime,
There's an
In the meantime.
interesting coincidence. Yeah. So I actually roll on language notes every day when we stream. So there you go.
I love it.
English to Farsi or Farsi to English, depending on which way you're going.
Is
Mon haser befard. That means unique.
Did you say Bay farts?
all of wait, that whole phrase means unique?
Yes.
What
Mon
is it?
haser befard.
Befard. Mon haser befard. Is it like when you say unique in the sense that it is a phrase that means like this is special? Like is that why there are so many words for it versus like just unique? Is it more of a
Essentially, yeah.
description of the word? Okay. Because I know that I feel like there are things like that in Spanish where we have words that are descriptors of what the thing is. Like
You mean
the-
adjectives?
well, no, in the sense of the example that always comes to my mind is a fork. In English, it's just a fork. In Spanish, it's a tenedor. But if you took the word tenedor literally, it means like a getter or a like tener something is to have something. So it is literally called like a grabber or a getter. It's a descriptor word. Yeah, it's like getter. It's a descriptor word.
Yeah,
I
it's an
love it.
adjective.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, so like
A
tornado
sentence
in
is
Farsi, or you know what?
complete. When 5
Turtle.
simple rolls, it meets. It has a subject,
Oh my
and a
God.
verb. It makes sense with every word. Oh shit!
I don't know what you're talking about anymore.
I've never
What?
heard that in my life.
Yeah, nor have I.
I've heard it. I've heard of it.
I used to
Lord,
know
the one-
finishing school did you say you went to again?
The
Actually,
school
I really-
of the learned city of Romulus.
Oh my God. Okay, Dreamy, yes. Lord Dumplings. We'll discuss
We
languages.
could
Taught
do
by Mr.
language
Tumulus?
dumplings.
Language dumplings? Yes. We'll make it happen. But it'll have to wait until after our Fey Hunt. Fey Hunters Fey ever.
Fey Dums.
Fey Dump. Wait.
Fatality,
Failings?
I think we've already discussed.
Lore failings. Failings.
Failings, oh no. I
Well,
mean,
please discuss the evolution of languages in D&D world, how you think dwarves, elvish, etc. would evolve. Oh my God.
That sounds fun. Yeah,
It does sound fun.
totally on board.
I want to sign up for that.
Do it.
I mean,
Oh my
I am
God.
the linguist, literally
Yeah.
on my character sheet.
And then we have a linguist literally in real life. So, you know, we compare notes.
Mazel tov and double vodka to you too.
Oh God, can I moderate? Yeah, sure, Dreamy. We'll just all nerd out together. It'll be grand.
no.
All right. So, now that we are all present, Wind
Speaking without permission.
Wind is sit here
Oh, yeah,
at the table.
I better not stuff my face while wind is hanging on me.
Wind is here, and she is. She looks down at the other table where Sonder, Galil, and Renan are at. Galil, are you with us?
Yes, ma'am.
Because it doesn't look like you're with us right now.
Oh, I'm with y'all.
Minus
Did he
points for
figure
you.
out what he's watching?
No, he's playing games. All right, so.
I mean, isn't
about to
D&D
win some
just
stupid
essentially
prizes.
a giant game?
Okay, well, Galil's
Yeah,
on the
and I'll,
bad
like-
list now.
Put my hand on her back because I'm pointing them out since she's being very touchy.
Okay. She looks over and she like stands and is like, okay, well, if everyone is ready, then I will take you to the agreed upon location and you can get going on whatever it is that you intend to do. You see her demeanor has changed somewhat from before. It is now a little more serious, I guess. It's not. She still has like that little light and flirtatious attitude to her, but now it is more like business focused, if that makes
I
sense.
could tell when she sat down and
Yeah.
commented on what we were doing.
Mhm.
So,
She like, and even in her clothing and her attire, she doesn't have the flashy sequiny kind of dress that she had on before. Now her clothes are more dark browns, almost giving her the appearance of someone that you would see passing by on the street. Very nondescript, very much almost like someone you would imagine having seen in the poor quarter of the town. Almost to that point of just barely above the station of rags. But she stands, pulls at the edges of the hems of her tunic, and stands up straight, looks over at Ardrin, gives him a little bit of a wink, and then moves to the edge of the table, kind of a little bit away for you to allow you guys to like gather your things and get together.
Which we do.
yeah, I go ahead and like pick my feet up together and slide over, you know, the way that one does when you need to get out of a like picnic bench
Yeah.
situation.
Mhm.
Don't forget to turn in your homework. I'll grade these on the way. No.
All right.
Sort of
So-
fold it up, hand it, just sort of like reach over to Kindred, open just a little bit of his coat, and just sort of slide in the folded book into the side and go, I'm sure you'll be pleased with the results. And I'll just walk away.
Pleased already.
My dog ate mine.
The dog
So
he
you are
literally
the
summoned.
dog.
The dog he summoned just for the purpose of eating the homework and then made it disappear. That's amazing.
At least it's better than the big bird ate the homework.
Right? Crap.
Flies away with the book.
Takes the whole table, just gone. All right. So, as you guys
Well,
gather,
gets lost.
gather your things. Go ahead. So, what are you gonna say?
So I was gonna spice remember Iskra. Are we sure that we could trust wherever she is taking us?
No, but we're good enough to deal with it if it turns out it's not what they say it is.
Okay, yeah, that is true.
And
Uh,
then I'll nod at him and give him a smile.
In the meantime, Soul's going to keep an eye out for any thieves can't. I think that's what it's called, right? Symbols.
Mm-hmm.
They should be easier to spot now because you're welcome.
Well, the thieves
I
can't.
had to
yeah.
joke.
The thieves will say
Hooked on
because.
necrophonics work for me.
God damn it. I was gonna say because I.
Well, that's our next T-shirt.
As I
This is
recall.
true.
Oh God.
Fan language shirts would be great.
Yes, indeed.
Renan has something, by the way.
Go ahead, Renan.
What does the general mood like as we're moving through these groups of people or past these groups of people? What is the general mood that people are taking on?
Make it have perception or insight. You choose. What would you? We'll see how deeply you can stare into their souls.
24. Perception.
Okay. In general, now that the evening is approaching and you can see that dusk is starting to settle in, there's more people now in this area, and I would have done that very obviously audibly, but it gets very distracting after a while. There are a lot more people now in the area, and the tables that were for the most part empty for most of the afternoon are now starting to fill up fast with people that are gathering together. There is a general atmosphere of like excitement, just like you would imagine that, like Harriet mentioned earlier about the Oktoberfest. Like it has that vibe of like a celebratory, everybody's having a good time, feasting and drinking. There are plenty more small stages that are now occupied by various little artists, whether they be solo performing like instrumentalists or a whole band ensemble. It is definitely taken on a more almost carnival like atmosphere, the same kind of energy that you had seen when you had gone to the area where the sand vipers, the wolf cobras, cobra wolves had been at. It's like the same kind of like buzz of excitement that is here.
You mean the cell fangs?
Yes.
Walking past the temporary stages, I can't help but like
That's it.
nudge Sonder and say, "And another life that could have been us."
Hogan would have liked this.
I'm gonna see if I can't snatch a drink just
Easy.
to have one in hand.
Sure. Easy enough to like. There are plenty of vendors.
You just grab one out of somebody's hand.
Hey,
It's like
I'm gonna
carrying around
borrow
the-
this forever.
Being that trash person who snatches like a half-finished drink,
like I really want
just
some more.
filled
Thank
with
you.
just random glasses of backwash.
No, yeah, I
No.
will like
Cigar
somewhere
butt.
where there's like kegs set up. I will run up and get a drink and then rejoin the group as we're walking. But that way, I look more like I'm not quite so walking with a purpose and
Yep.
single-minded.
Sure.
All minor illusion, a drink in my hand.
All right. All right. Easy enough. Let me see here. Where is my? Not it. Not it. Not it. Not it. Not it. Not it.
I'm Dirty Dan.
I'm dirty.
Okay. As you guys are maneuvering out of this main area and into, you notice that she doesn't take the main artery that goes up north to south of the city. She takes that for like a block, turns to the right, goes over to a smaller street, and this one kind of more off the beaten path away from a majority of the crowd. You have seen an increased amount of guard around the festivities. Makes sense considering the amount of drinking and partying that is going on now. But now that you guys are away from that, Wind kind of, while still leading the group, has now kind of moved into the center mass of you. What are you gonna say, Sonder? Go ahead.
No, I was messing with my dice and I rolled 3 20s in a row.
Oh,
It was
well,
really weird.
well, you should probably have saved that because now Fume
Roll
appears
for
out of nowhere.
initiative.
I got
I
you
was
now.
like, what the fuck? A 20? Cool.
Surprise
I rolled
hug.
again another 20.
Yeah,
And I
well,
was like,
Pulls
what
off
the
a
fuck?
mask and it's Fume.
Fume. You're just like very Mission Impossible-esque.
Leans into Sonder and whispers, "You ever been double prone?"
No.
No,
Yeah, just ask Princess.
double prone.
All right.
Oh my
so,
god.
Let me see here. As you guys are kind of
Level of
walking,
exhaustion.
as you kind of are walking along, Sonder, she comes over to Galil and Renan, kind of positions herself in a way of like being in the midst of those that she hadn't really quite met. So, I've had the pleasure of meeting with Iskra and Adren, but I do not know quite who the rest of you are. We did not get a formal introduction. I just saw you as we walked past each other like skiffs on the river. So, who would like to go first?
Well, for starters, atra esterni o notelru.
A speaker of Elvish. She says back in Elvish, back to you.
So as for what it meant was good fortune, may good fortune rule over you.
I hope so.
And I slightly bow and say, my name can be one of two things to you. It depends on what is more pleasant upon your tongue. I am either Ailuan or Ranan, whichever is easier for you to say.
Renan. I do believe I like how that rolls off the tongue. She takes the glass out of your hand and sips it herself before handing it back to you, but makes you reach for it. It's almost like it's kind of a power move kind of thing where it's not like she hands it back. She like offers it back, but you have to reach further to grab it if you're wanting it kind of thing.
I put in the effort to grab it.
And you, the one with the pointy ears. She looks over at Kindred.
Oh, me? Well, and caught me off guard. Sorry. I think I was born here.
Oh, little old me did that to you?
Little.
Ooh.
I love that it like cut off half of it, so it just sounded like you stopped mid-roll. It didn't do the whole roll, it just went stop, dead stop. Beautiful.
Yeah, so then, well, I think I was born here. Well, not here, but Thayan.
Oh, a local boy.
Then I
You
got
don't-
shipped off to boarding school.
Oh, so sad.
Mhm,
But I'm
I'm
sure
back
you
now.
came back learned, stronger than ever.
Mhm.
And you, she looks over at Galil. She starts walking like a little faster to get in front of you and kind of starts back walking too as she like looks over at you and looks you up and down. You strike me as the kind of person that has many a secret. Dark, brooding, so big and muscular, yet there's something to you that reminds me that perhaps not everything is all shadow and dour. I see that little spark in your eye.
I'm just gonna get my cup of water. My name's Galil.
Galil. I assume you're one for the shadows and the intrigue. Do you, are you quick with your fingers as you are with your tongue? Just like, she starts flipping a coin between fingers, kind of bringing out the fact that you were more hesitant to speak or have been the most quiet of everybody. She's just kind of like, she's basically right now, she's kind of poking everybody's buttons, seeing, what gets what reaction.
I'm merely just a distraction.
A lovely distraction, I'm sure. She kind of
You
turned
have
back.
no idea.
And behind her is Oreo getting ready. Literally.
She's like, you see, she notices, but just kind of smirks, and then moves
Like
over.
when two cats are like,
Yeah. She kind of just smirks at it and just like, She goes over to
She's
Soul.
a little bit protective of me. Sorry.
sometimes a little
Oh.
too much protective.
It's okay. I was not going to hurt him. Not unless he asked me to. She moves over to Soul. And you. I haven't seen a man dressed so interestingly in quite some time.
I bought it today.
No. It was
I
joke.
whisper to Ardrin, that's because he's more dressed than usual right now.
She drags like a finger down your arm. It's okay. I promise I won't bite you tonight. What is your name?
I'm just kidding.
Just turns into a cat. Get me out of here.
she just leans down. That won't dissuade me.
My name is Soul.
Soul? As in the sun? Or as in, and she walks 2 fingers across your chest.
It tickles.
Yeah, it means the sun.
Of which we have plenty here. So you should feel right at home.
Don't like it yet.
Oh, why not? We try to make the place as hospitable as possible.
There's no trees,
Ah,
flowers, and rivers.
oh, what are you talking about? We have the river right out of the city. It's beautiful.
I don't know about that.
She goes over to, she kind of just like smiles at you a little bit and goes back over to Sonder and loops an arm through his arm. And you walk with grace. You can move. I can tell in the way you walk. You and you are muted, by the way. You and
Why is it always me?
you and Iskra seem to have a similar persona.
We have
Oh,
the
you are-
grace. We have the grace of your kind.
Oh, well, let's not get carried away. But you're pretty
Must
close.
be like a tiger. Most cats don't like the water.
Oh, there are so many things I could say to that, but I will leave it at this cat is not like all cats. So, to business. She, like, the quick.
Incredibly.
Say
Do
it.
it, switch.
Do it.
Do it.
I am never happier than when you just let the dam go a little bit.
I mean, I'm
Break
just
the
taking a step.
dam.
I'm not gonna say it.
Do it.
Type it.
We won't have the
All right.
opportunity.
It is amazing how, as
Once
she
you come
has,
Now I'm sad.
as she is moving about, kind of poking at everybody's buttons, trying to gauge personality, trying to gauge disposition, I guess. The quickness that flirtatious investigation switches as she's walking. She had been walking with this like that before, like that very feline grace. Now walks just as normally as everybody else. Very to business as she puts her arms, kind of crosses them comfortably in front of her. So, where we are going now, and her tone has changed to where she's no longer in play mode. Now she is
Wow.
focused once again. We are going to a
Does the
place
ear
called
sort of sweep back?
a little bit. We are going to a place called the Sandworm's Brew. It is a well-known brewmaster's place here in Amrutlar. They provide some of the finest ales you will find this side of the Merchant's Way. They and we have an arrangement. They provide us a cellar, a place to hide away if we need to get out of the sun. We provide them with protection. When we go inside, I will do the talking. I will provide them the reasons for your being here. But you are not to engage too much. The less they know, the better. It is both a safety for us as it is for them, as it is for you. Once we are inside, we may use this place for the night. Stay here. There is passage from here to the Undercroft that runs along the length of the northern side of the city. I will provide for you the directions and the means of entry into this place, but I will not be going with you. As I have been told, it is your job to try and find what you can and see what you can find, or I should say, you should see what you can find of our missing companions. After which, return to the safe house. We will have someone staying close by. You can provide him with the details, if you find any, and if you return. However, I will warn you, do not cross the hands of Isidoros. We have more eyes in the city than you might realize. That's how I was able to find you. You never know if underfoot, from the air, we are always watching.
Are we
I
still
don't-
by ourselves? We're not in front of like a group or anything.
There's occasionally people that are passing by, but she is talking. It's not like she's shouting these things. She's
Yeah,
talking
but-
loud enough for you all to hear. But not hiding it in any way.
Okay, so then, go ahead, Arjun.
After she says this, Arjun steps a little bit closer so he's not making the conversation too loud. He just, one of our number might be able to provide additional answers if you could provide him with additional information. And I kind of nod
Hi.
in Indrid's direction.
Me, quick question. Yeah.
Sure.
If you have something of theirs, I can find it almost immediately.
Oh.
Respectfully.
Something of theirs I do not have on my person. Perhaps I can go and locate something of theirs, but I'm going to be completely honest with you. Each member of the Hand has a life for themselves, although they are tied to the same organization, to the same body. There are certain, all of us have our own secrets to keep. All of us have our own lives, so to speak.
They were more than welcome to stay that way. I can just take a peep and see if they're here or
If we
there.
have anything amongst the normal safe houses, I will bring them to you before night's fall.
Understood.
The
Soul, make a perception check for me. Oh, go ahead, Sandra, what were you going to say?
you're good. I'll say it after.
I got an unnatural 20.
Okay. Go ahead, Sandra, what were you going to say? I'm going to send Soul a message real quick.
Okay. The safe house that she wanted us to go back to, that's the Sandworms Brew? Or is it the place that we had first met them?
That seems to be the
Sandworms
Sandworms Brew is the place that you guys are headed towards.
And then that'll be the safe house to go back to after we find,
Correct.
or try to find it.
This is a place
Okay.
where you guys are going to be they're giving you to basically bunk down for the time being.
Okay. I like all the references to the body of these Sidoras that you've been dishing out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like a dinner plate for my egg dinner.
I eat an egg with my spoon.
I do like a nice steak.
I am Amelie.
Look for me, but not on Blu-ray.
What is this?
Only on DVD.
I'm by the spindle.
No idea.
Why is she an INFP?
Most. God damn it. Mara's on
The
board.
laser disc is too big.
I'm
Okay.
I am on the
gigantic.
edge.
Okay.
Okay,
So,
sorry.
Sol, I sent you the message. As she continues to walk along, those of you who kind of have been keeping an eye out in general when you guys are out and about looking for guards, for example, and I guess, Sandra, you have a little bit more of a an intensity to this moment. Oh, I guess actually, Sandra and Galil, since Galil, you did lose the connection, you guys have been keeping, I would imagine, more of an eye out for any possible Cult of the Dragon.
Fume and her crew? Yeah.
Fume and her posse. You notice that the path that she's taking you on, while you're still heading north towards the fortress, it is very specific and traveled, and you have yet to run across any guards along this path. And it's not like you don't see any, but for example, you'll be coming to an intersection and you'll make a right, and you'll see to the left there are two guards that are facing away from you guys, like facing the other direction. And she leads you up, and then back. She makes another left, and you continue heading north. She makes another left at another intersection. Then to the right, you'll see that there are guards facing another way. It's almost like she knows the exact path to take where the guards are specifically facing away, and so she moves between and around buildings. Sol, go ahead.
I'm going to cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
And I want to pay attention to what you sent me.
Okay. Even in the moment of you casting that and watching her, there is one little aura that you can see kind of through her that seems to be something that she's wearing on the front, perhaps a necklace or something, and it's the only thing of magic that is on her.
I at least clocked that he cast something.
Possibly. With your passive investigation, I mean, you just kind of notice that his you might notice that his eyes have started to glow a little bit, but wind is her back is to him at the moment, so she's not like looking that direction. But we'll say that perhaps you do notice that.
After that one, I'm gonna do another one.
Okay.
I'm gonna do Find Traps.
Okay.
I'll come back next to Soul. Everything okay?
I'm gonna Spice Murmur to him. She's doing something with her hands. It looks like something with her fingers. Maybe doing spell work. I tried to sense what magic it could be, but I only see something around her necklace and just around her generally, correct?
Just on her necklace. Okay. I'm just saying you can see that it's not like on her back or anything. You can kind of see it through her. There's just like this little glow that is in front.
I'll check too then.
Right now I am checking if maybe I can sense any traps in this area.
Okay.
You look about in the streets.
And I'll do the same thing. Cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
When I like cough.
Yep. Got it. Soul, casting that spell. As you guys are walking, I will say that at this particular point, you kind of are walking through a smaller alleyway between buildings. And you do see traps above you. But they're not... They look more like... Let me see. What is the specifics of that spell? I don't want to, overstep.
So...
what spell?
Detect traps.
Find traps.
Or find traps? Okay.
Mm-hmm. The second level divination.
Yeah, since for a trap for the person of the sun.
It does have to be within line of sight.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Or mechanical. These are traps that look like if someone was in pursuit, they could activate to crumble like a part of the wall, or there are you can see that there are stacks of crates that are up along the ceiling, precariously placed to where a quick knock of a pin or a ledge would cause them to fall and maybe hinder pursuers. So it's not that it doesn't look like she's activated anything, but you do notice that there are things along this route that are specific towards evasion, not so much harming anybody. Kindred, and then the same thing with your detect magic. You see that there is a There is a magic item that she is wearing that has a illusion aura to it.
So clocking that, I'm just gonna kind of keep quiet and just pay attention to her hands and see if she's like casting anything that I might be able to recognize.
The hand that she had at her side is not moving at the moment. It had just been in the moment for, it's not a continuous thing. It was just something that he would have clocked for a moment. And
it's just something I'll be paying attention to.
Yes. From moving on. Yeah. Gotcha. Okay, so before you know it, you have reached the northern sections of the city. You come to one of the taller buildings, and you're Galil, make a survival check for me. Let's see how well you are adjusting to your surroundings. Ardrin, you as well, I guess, if you wish, because you have been in this area before.
I'm making a survival check.
If you want.
Natural 20 plus 7.
27. Cool. Your
dice, I swear, are amazing, Graham.
Well, mine right now are not.
The one you got me.
I just got a nat
Jesus.
1, so.
Oof. Okay.
Oh no.
The route that you have taken, Ardrin, is kind of tossed. It's like gone back. It's zigzagged in a really good way to where you know you're on this. Where in the city you are, like as far as like general vicinity, but specifically, I guess Galil, you know that you are about 2 streets down from the street that has the Tower of Shields. You are like 2 streets down, and maybe a little closer to the harbor side of the city. So more of the north eastern side. But you reach this one building, and it is about 3 stories. It looks like almost like a private abode. It doesn't have a it doesn't look like it has a storefront per se, but there is a sign out front that has what looks like a giant worm coming out of the ground, and below the giant arching body, it says in Thayan, the sandworms brew.
Wait, guys, do y'all recognize what that says?
Okay, class, here we go. Miss Frizzle's field trip. We're gonna learn Thayan today.
Girl, that's a booty hole.
Please let this be a normal field trip.
With the friends?
Kindred.
No way.
No way.
With the kids, with the kindred, no way.
So here's the argument I want to make about my nat 1.
Uh-huh.
I feel like since I got a nat 20 earlier on my learning the Thayan language, I could get advantage on actually understanding the street signs. So I'm not so much of a
I think that's fair.
Yeah. Sure.
Watch me get
Said
another
sure.
one. Yeah, I heard. It won't help me though.
Oh,
Well, it's better
That's
than a
good.
nat 1. It's a whole 5.
Yay. Wind adjusts her tunic once again. Seems to like brush off little bits of non-existent dirt. Goes up to the door and opens it with confidence. It looks behind her and gestures for you to follow.
I follow.
Walking into this place, you're immediately hit with the sense of I don't know. I mean, this is rather specific, I guess. It's like you've ever been inside of a wine cellar before, where it just smells kind of like stored wood, but like in that smoky kind of sense, perhaps. This has that scent strongly when you walk in. Not only that, but it smells of like a
stale air.
No, it's not so much like the air. It smells of like a lot of lumber, a lot of wood, but that has been cured.
Like Home Depot.
kind of, but not in the fresh wood
Yeah.
scent. It's more of that cured, smoked, like barrels. Like when you're in a room filled with barrels, it just has.
They all kind of stink.
Well, but you know what I
Minty,
mean. Like
take a shower.
it is a.
Uh-huh.
It definitely smells like you're in a brewery, because it still has like a little bit of that like hoppy sweetness in the air, but it also smells like smoking wood or something like that. Like it's a very unique scent. But you see on either side of the walls here in this open room that you guys are entering into, there are a lot of large barrels that are probably about 7 or 8 feet tall, or you know,
Damn.
and they're laying on their sides. They are not like standing up; they are laying on their sides. But they're stacked up in this really high, tall room. And you notice now, looking at this house, although it looked like it was 4 stories, you see that this first floor is actually a full 2 stories tall. And as Fume enters into this room, the main floor.
Fume.
As
Fume. Sorry. Wind.
Roll for initiation.
What?
Sorry, my mind was going
Roll
elsewhere.
initiative. All right.
Considering you said earlier illusion magic and she's not acting as
Oh,
flirty.
yeah. No. When Wind walks into this room, you see that
Killer.
you've seen, like, I mean, at least for those of us here in Texas, when you enter like a fancy hotel and they have like the like a cowskin rug on the ground, and they have like furniture that
will.
the furniture that's like made out of longhorns and stuff like that. It has that vibe. It's a very like rustic, yet
The rustic western.
One of those
rustic
places
western.
that have peanut shells lining the floor.
This ain't
Not
Texas Roadhouse.
No. Yeah,
not
that's
too
Roadhouse.
close. Close in vibe, but not to that extent. It just has a very, like, you see a lot of the decor here has antlers, horns, excuse me.
Yankee candles.
Oh my god.
the rugs of like pelts
Live,
that
laugh,
are on
love.
the ground. The pelts that are on
The
the
Texas
ground.
flag.
And then
Yes.
let me know when you guys are finished.
Don't tread on me.
Okay. As
wolf.
Wind enters the room, she calls out, Thav, Lilia, we are here. And you hear a door open somewhere deeper inside the house, and feel the slight thud of approaching footsteps as 2 tall Goliaths come from the back hallway. Both of them
Goodness.
are dressed in kind of nice clothing, but both wearing large leather aprons in front of them. A man and a woman. They come out from the back and see Wind and everybody here. Wind goes up and just kind of smiles politely, does a little bit of a bow. These are friends. They're going to be taking a tour. The tall Goliath man, you can see that he has these like almost kind of tribal tattoos that are going back and around the sides of his head, because he has one of those like undercut kind of haircuts. But you see the tattoos that kind of go around. He looks over at all of you. Okay, welcome to the Sandworms Brew. Would you like a tour?
Yes. I would.
Bow Sonder.
Okay. Excellent. Come with me. Wind gestures for you to follow him, and then kind of waves. We will be seeing each other soon. I will find what you were looking for. Looks over at Kindred. I trust you will find the Dayherd's hospitality to your liking. She
Dayherd's?
bows and turns around and walks out back towards the door.
What
Thav,
was that word? Sorry.
Dayherd, like day and then a herd of cattle. Dayherd.
Dirt Daywalker.
He's a vampire, calling it now.
Is Blade here?
Yeah.
Wait, what was his name?
And Thav, Thav,
And Lilia.
Lilia.
Not cowskin.
Yeah, nope.
That's fine.
Bar Dracula. No, literally just Day. Thav and Lilia Dayherd. He kind of like gestures for you to follow, and Lilia stands aside. It's looking down at all of you as they're both about 8.5 feet tall. They're just like, it is good to see friends coming for a visit. Are you hungry? Did you enjoy the festival so far? She kind of does like a weak smile.
We're well fed from the festival. Thank you, though.
Good. If you need anything, Bob, she calls out. Go ahead. What were you gonna say, Arjun?
Oh, it's more an insight check. I'm trying to get a gauge of, do they seem like they're being coerced to be nice, or are they being are they forcing being nice to on
I was gonna ask the
themselves,
same thing.
Okay, cool.
or is this kind of genuinely who they are?
Make perception checks.
Or
I'm gonna
Insight?
look for.
Oh yeah.
for
Sorry.
bruises.
Insight. Sorry, my bad.
Insight.
Ooh,
Inside.
21.
2 ones.
21.
Oh, 21.
I'll roll my special lucky dice. 18 plus 8.
Damn.
So that's a lot.
Okay, so
Got 22.
22. Are you gonna do it? You roll the inside also.
Yeah, I'm Soul's having second thoughts about being here, wondering if it's too late to leave.
Okay. For Ardrin and Sonder, they don't look necessarily like they are coerced. They do appear to be nervous, though. For you guys as players, you would equate it to the same kind of thing of like if a business had dealings with the mob and they are doing a favor for a mob. It's not like they're necessarily doing it because they're afraid. They just know that it is probably in their best interest. As it's like an agreement kind of thing. So they're being polite, they're being genuine, but there is that aspect of nervousness of like not making sure that you guys are well taken care of for the sake of getting a good report from you guys, you know, of their hospitality. For Soul, it doesn't feel like you are in any sort of like, ooh, this is a bad situation. The general like feel of this house is very homey, although it is also, it's oddly like it's one of those houses that is also a business. So that front seating area looks well used, as if like maybe this is where they do business arrangements with suppliers and such whatnot. So it kind of feels weird because it feels like house, but it also feels like store. But it is set up in a very comfortable way. And looking about, you don't get any like, ooh, this is a dangerous place. You do get that like I said, that Western rustic decor vibe. So there's a lot of nature here, but it is in a hunter sort of way. So you see a lot of like antlers. It's not like they necessarily have like taxidermied animals around, but you see the antlers and horns, like the high chandelier that's made out of antlers that kind of, you know, drapes downwards, that kind of thing. It's weird, but also kind of like naturey, so it's a weird way of like being comfortable and uncomfortable.
It's awkward, like
Texas chic.
the
Texas
when
chic, yeah.
like when you go to an apartment to to sign up to live there. Then they have that little room that's all furnished that you can hang out in and wait.
Yeah, very
I'll
much
be
like
with you in
that.
just a minute.
Yeah. I will also say that on the outside, Soul, you would have noticed in the sign for the Sandworm's brew, in the Sandworm's mouth is a symbol for safe.
You're welcome.
In
Nice.
Oh, I already knew those.
in Thieves Can't. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
you're
as
welcome.
so you're welcome. As Leia continues to call out, Bob, you hear a quick pitter patter from the back, the hallway, and a lizard folk comes up from the back. It's probably about 5.5 feet. Not a tall lizard folk. Let me switch this real quick. It is now past. Where is my? There we go. But he comes over to you guys, and you see that he has like this green long sleeve shirt that is kind of rolled up at the sleeves, a very simple leather vest that is like tied up to his neck, and where you had kind of seen Ogun as like this massive Komodo dragon, this one has a longer neck that kind of pokes up. So it's weird because he looks like he's tall, but it's more of the illusion of his neck being long that kind of presents this thing.
Like Randall from Monsters Inc.
Yeah.
If his head was
If his
neck was straight.
if his neck if his had a longer
Okay.
neck, and like there are like these bands of black and white that kind of like go down his throat, and you can see his tail. He keeps his fingers up in front of him, kind of fidgety. He's like, "Oh, hello. Oh yes, yeah, hi." Thav. He's like, "These are friends. If you
Not
wouldn't
food.
mind,
Food.
if you wouldn't mind
No.
guiding them." Oh, yes. Hello. My name is Tall Bob. Don't mind that it's my given name. I know that I am not as tall as my patrons here, but I am here to serve however you would like. If you would be so kind as to follow me, I will take you to your tour. And like turns around.
I
Come.
go over to shake his hand and say, "Don't worry about it. I'm sure a small man can cast a tall shadow."
Yes. He like shakes your hand and then turns back to walking down the
The look
hallway.
on my face right now is exactly how I'm looking at Ardrin.
Nice.
So, are you new here in Amrutlar? How long have you been here?
I remained perfectly still.
We're kind of just passing through.
We're just visiting.
I'm sorry. I did not mean to be rude. I was just making small talk. Part of the job, doing my job as best as I can. For whatever we need to do. And he kind of keeps walking, leading you down a hallway of many tall doors. I was wondering for what in the world Galil was doing. I'm like,
paint. It's going
no,
out
but
of
I know it
focus.
keeps focusing and unfocusing. Yeah, I know.
There it goes.
It's the ghost.
I feel like we got given the keymaster or the key maker from the Matrix. Because we just walk into
I
this
love it.
hallway of doors.
Come this way.
His
It leads
face.
you down a hallway and down to a flight of stairs. This is our cellar. Many things that we keep here. this is where you will be finding everything that you need. And if you need anything else, don't feel ashamed or afraid of calling Tall Bob. You can call me Tall. You can call me Bob. Preferably, probably just Bob, as Tall is not normally a name that you associate with most people. But come this way. Here. He like gets a ring of keys out and starts fidgeting with the lock and opens the door. Oh wait! Closes the door. Knocks. Like 6 times, like 3 times
I'm gonna
consecutive.
remember that.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Sure.
That was
Penny.
8.
Opens.
Wait, is this the end of our tour?
Yes.
Yes,
No. Of course not. Plenty more to see, but we are starting here in this room. And he opens the door.
Are you doing your job correctly?
I guys think this is his first
Wait,
day.
are you asking me or are you asking Tobo?
Leave the poor short one alone. Goodness.
Guys, she said not to engage and ask too many questions. Let's not fuck this up already.
For real.
So here is the cellar, and he opens the door, and there's like this dark room. And he claps his hands 3 times, and you see all these lanterns just kind of light up in this long cellar filled with even more giant barrels. So this is the cellar where we keep most of our prized ale. Come inside. Gestures
Do
for
you
everybody.
only have ale, or do you have any wine in this place? It's so hard to find in Amrutla.
Well, we specialize in ale brews and various sorts of deviations of the sort. No wine, I'm afraid. But if you're looking for a good glass of wine, I can tell you a few places here in town.
I would greatly appreciate that, my
Sure.
friend.
Don't worry, I'll slip you a little paper or something later. Anyway, as we continue the tour, come this way. He starts going, like, broadcasting his voice very loud. Once you guys are inside, he shuts the door.
Just
Oh,
a quick
go ahead,
thing.
Arthur.
Is this a goblin or a kobold? I missed
Lizard.
Lizard.
Lizard folk.
Lizard.
Lizard folk.
It's Randall.
What kind of lizard? Is it an iguana?
It's a skink.
Is he gonna sell us insurance?
Yeah.
It's a lace monitor.
It is a
Excuse me.
Well,
Mara, if you would, I'll show you who you were talking to here in a minute.
that's adorable. I love it.
Wait, did she post it?
No, I'm just looking up lace monitors.
Oh, okay.
Baby Komodo, baby.
Yeah,
I mean, if
he's
you
kinda
want,
cute.
if you want to put it in the Game of Santos art, then go for it.
He's a Komodo dragon on a diet with a pointy nose.
Yeah,
I thought it was
yeah.
a leopard gecko at first.
Oh, no.
It's Jeremy.
There is a very specific. This is actually a shout out to Heko Gecko, as she was doodling earlier and gave me this inspiration, and I asked for her permission to to run with
Is
it.
this like Nacho from that one shot we did? Oh.
No, not Nacho.
Oh my gosh.
But
What you're
yeah.
saying is another time this group does not get Nacho.
Oh, it's a player character.
There we go. Tall
I
Bob.
love it.
There's Tall
I
Bob.
love it.
Game of Santos art. Oh, which let me, for those of you who don't know already, you can find our Discord here. And then you go to the Game of Santos art, and there is Tall Bob.
Who drew that?
Aw.
Yeah, she did.
Mara?
Heko Gecko.
Mara did?
Our very own Heko Gecko
Mara?
doodle. Yeah, she drew it.
I love it.
So he starts rattling off a bunch of pre-memorized information about the ales and stuff. He reaches to one point. Here we have a very fine example of a beautiful barrel. And you look at either direction at the numerous barrels that all look extremely identical, except this one has a spigot that is placed at the top. Like, you notice it is the only one that has a spigot that is, it almost looks like it's been placed upside down, where the curve goes upwards, whereas all the rest have their spigots downwards. This one has a spigot that goes upwards. So, if you would like to continue your tour, then by all means, you may stay. But if you are feeling tired or tuckered out, then you can we can take a break here. And he like starts pointing at the barrel.
I'm gonna grab the spigot and like try to turn it.
It doesn't turn,
Door.
but it moves towards you, and the bottom flips, so it's almost like a revolving door that goes like this, and it opens up. And he just doesn't say anything.
great.
He just goes.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Cramped space.
nod at him and go through
You
this
see the
space
like the little
underneath
the little
Saunders'
space.
arm.
You tuck into the barrel and move in. Go ahead, Soul.
How tight of a space is this for Soul?
You'll have to like bend down a little bit, but these are really big barrels. They're not small barrels at all. So this is like, it's like
Just in
giant
case.
revolving door.
Just in case, I want to cast Wind Reduce on Renan and Soul.
Oh, okay. I mean, they fit. It's not a tight space where they would
8
be.
foot plus 15-foot wings, so
Yeah,
15-foot wings that condense behind me.
Like chicken wing.
I mean, again,
Yeah,
I
if
am
you
so
wait,
glad
so
that
Here
Iskra
we
is
go.
already going through there, so she won't see this happen.
she's going
because
to the
Bergen's
I've
side.
already gone
adopted a
through as
very
well.
like
I was waiting for
Curious
y'all,
and
but seeing
quiet,
this commotion, I'm just like,
just
oh god,
listening to
we're gonna
Wynn's
get caught and just go in.
instructions.
Does it-
Go,
So
go,
does
yeah,
it-
go. Yeah,
Does
you
it
can,
turn into a tunnel, or is it just we're climbing under
go-
and
go through.
inside
you're
the barrel?
going. You have to go into the barrel. It is dark.
Into the barrel we go.
Into the barrel. Into the barrel.
I'll hold the door open.
Am
Go
I
into-
reduced?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh,
you're about
are
to
we?
be.
So
Redu-
I think before Soul knows if he is or is not going to get reduced, he's just going to get on his knees and just kind of like
Yeah, I mean, you don't even have to do that. You can just bend down. You're like going about halfway down, but you can still bend down. Like, even for the average height individuals here, they can almost like just rock right under this barrel. It is the barrel, the face of it itself is probably about 10 feet tall. These are large barrels. So as it like flips downwards, you guys tuck on underneath, and as you get to the other side, you do see that this butts up with a wall and proceeds to go down a small tunnel that has a staircase that leads further down.
Thank you so much for the tour.
Oh, no problem. I will be
Oh.
close at hand. I can hear the sound of my name anywhere in this place. So,
gonna say
just
Tall
call
Bob
me
in
if
my
you
head.
need anything.
You what?
I'm gonna say Tall Bob in my head.
Yeah, Tall Bob. That's just call my name.
Okay, Blondie.
All right. Well, it's if you want to go inside, go ahead and go. It's fine.
I'm gonna
I'll
give him
close the
3
door
golden
behind
coins
you.
and go inside.
Okay. Oh my God! Thank you so much.
Hello, everybody.
good timing.
Yeah, I just looked over. I was like, oh, hello, Raiders. Hi, guys. How's it going? Welcome to,
Kermit? Kermit's here now?
welcome to Game of Santos. Oh, no.
So we get to go another 3 hours.
Oh, yeah, that's exactly what I mean. It always happens like this. You enter into this giant barrel one by one by one by one and see the tunnel that leads downwards. As you reach the bottom of this small stairwell, you see a well-lit room filled with torches, cases, bookcases, chests,
What?
weapons racks, two small twin-sized beds, a small little couch, a small little fireplace, keeping the space nice and warm, and one large, high-backed chair on which a sleeping furbolg is snoring to himself.
Is this the furbolg that we might recognize if we like go up and look at him? Or have we never met him before.
Make a perception check.
Yeah, Soul's gonna be kind of taken aback.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Motorbog?
Is the chair is not behind the desk or anything? It's just like
No, it is
in
kind
the
of. It is
space?
just part of like the middle of the space where there is like some seating. It is not facing the fireplace where its back is to you. It's kind of at an angle to where it's like facing away from the fireplace, but kind of close enough to it to where he's like, basically you can tell he's just warm and cozy.
Yeah. I'll like creep up. I got a 19.
Soul's gonna do the same thing. He's gonna like kind of step behind Kindred and do the same thing. Kind of
Like peeking
Look
over.
over
This is
just-
not a furbolg you have seen before. You see he is wearing simple leathers. He seems to be partially wrapped in what looks like a large furred cape of some kind. And at his side, leaning against the chair, is a large longbow that looks ornately carved with a bundle of arrows at its side. But he's just like,
Let's say,
I'd
so
like-
Soul's right behind me. I'm creeping up. I'm just gonna look at Soul. I'm gonna go turn invisible, and it just go.
oh my god. What were you gonna say, Iskra?
Well, never mind. It doesn't matter because I was just gonna. Well, this is happening instead. So
Okay.
And I just like kind of dart off to the side.
Make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Me?
Yes, you.
Soul's gonna reach his hand out, so he tries to run, just clotheslines himself.
Not once. I'll use my inspiration. That's gone. Saving throw. 11.
11.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Nice grab.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
no.
Oh no. Oh no, 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 no.
Is it a disadvantage because I'm invisible?
Okay. So,
Disadvantage,
you-
you jerk.
as you do that, and you dart off to one side,
Wrong side. Damn it.
a giant meaty hand grabs you around the throat, followed by another one that punches you straight in the gut, knocking all of the air out from under you. You take 15 points of like bludgeoning damage
My shield
as this
deflects it.
giant fist batters into you, grabs like you just. It's almost like a knee-jerk reaction.
He did it. It was him.
The hand around your throat squeezes even harder. You can feel it crushing your esophagus. Who let you in here? He starts standing up, and as he's standing
in the
up, he lifts
entryway.
you up off the ground, Kindred.
I'm standing in the entryway and I say, if you would kindly put down my colleague. He's an idiot, but he meant no harm.
Is that what he said?
He looks over. Still grippy, you like Kindred. You can feel like this being lifted up by your neck. He just lets you go. Tell your stupid friend that the next time he thinks he's being clever, he's going to wind up with 2 knives in the gut instead of a fist.
Make it 3.
Ooh.
Call it good.
Kindred,
That
he
can be
said that
arranged.
the next time that you do that, he's going to stab you with knives. Yeah, I told him.
Oh.
As he like stands up, he is probably about 4 or 5 inches taller than you, Soul.
Yeah. Daddy? Sorry.
You are
Daddy?
another Furbog. I did not think that I would see another like me here.
Well, surprise. Are you the people that I was told would be coming down here?
If you're a friend of Wynn's, then likely.
Yes, we are compatriots. I am a guard of sorts, here to watch over the hideout until you were to arrive. He steps up, well, not steps up, he like stands up a little straighter and like brushes himself off, adjusting
And
himself.
now he's 8 inches taller than Zulf.
As he is now kind of adjusting himself, straighten out his armor a little bit from where he had been sleeping. I was trying to get a little nap in. I had assumed that you all would be coming soon, but time must have slipped by.
Well, that's okay. It is good to take a nap when you can.
And this would be a safe place to do it. Provided that you don't have any wild birds. And looks down at wherever Kindred might have been.
I'm behind him looking, just like taking, like, damn, he's tall.
I respond to that with not necessarily, but I kind of like just shift my wings, kind of that when you have to roll your shoulder to make it not set for a second. Yeah.
I just see Oreo doing the same thing.
Where is Kindred's bird?
Oh yeah.
Judging.
Also choked out in his
He
other.
got eaten by the bone devil.
That's why it was 15 points of bludgeoning.
The Furbog also had a bird pet that was choking Plume.
My name is Dagon.
Bacon.
Dagon.
Yes, Dagon.
This
Sorry.
is quite the collection.
Choking my
Dagon.
it's a little hoarse.
He looks
I
over at
once
Soul.
knew somebody with the same name.
Then that person was either very lucky or very unfortunate, depending on how you want to look at things. Are you going to need anything before
Yes.
you go and continue on in this quest that the hands have sent you on?
Yes, as I like tap him from behind, but like announce my presence first. Like,
He looks at everybody and doesn't seem to be paying you any attention at the moment.
me, I said yes, and I'll drop my form.
well-
Yes, I do need something.
So, if we continue on this quest, do we need to be in hiding? Do we need to wear something different?
Do you normally need to wear something different when you are skulking about in caves and tunnels, old crypts and tombs?
As far
No,
as
just around the city.
Then whatever you are wearing will be fine.
I look down at the dress that I was wearing for the festival.
yeah. Well, as for one thing, if you are able to find anyone who could procure a personal belonging of any of the unknown pieces on the board, then they may be easier to find for us based off of the wild bird.
If you are meaning to say that this one can scry, I don't have anything that belongs to those that are missing.
Do you know anyone who might be able to get a hold of such a thing?
I would imagine if you have told Wind of such a need or necessity that that she would probably find a way, but I'm just merely here to make sure that nothing comes up from down there. And he looks towards the bookcase.
What's down there?
The undercroft.
You wonder why I don't like going underground.
It was my understanding that you would be going in search of those that were missing.
That's
Yes.
where they went then.
Yes. They disappeared into the undercroft.
Does this link to the rest of your system?
It does. Different places have different means of ascension and descending.
So there's no guarantee we could come across anything down here, theoretically.
Theoretically, the undersides of a Thayan city are generally the places they keep the most secrets. And he gives the big, toothy smile.
You know, you're kind of
Is there a
cute when you're not
map?
choking
I
me
smirk
out.
a little bit.
Have you ever run into anything of concern down there?
Oh, plenty of times. There are the usual subterranean beasts.
Like what? I mean, we can just like go through. I'll just write it down that way. I can like, in my head, I know what to prepare for.
Spiders. Snakes of various size and degree of poison. The closer you get to the fortress's underbelly, that's where things get more interesting.
Is
Like
that
those-
where they
Do these-
disappeared specifically, as far as you know?
Yes, Hecko.
All of the members of the body know not to venture that way. It is unlikely that they would have gone in that direction. We are very much trained to not go poking about where our noses don't belong. No, from what we understand, the four that are missing went into caves not by the fortress. That is why they should have been safe. But we have been able to find nothing of their passing.
No evidence.
It is as
Blood.
if they simply disappeared. Go ahead,
Are
what are you going to say,
there
Renan?
So, of the creatures that are down in these tunnels, please, may the gods tell me they don't have elbow leeches.
They don't have what? It cut out halfway.
Elbow leeches.
Elbow leeches.
Why does that sound familiar?
Oboe macaroni.
But I was thinking too.
Is that
I'm-
from
I am
like
un-
Avatar or something?
No idea.
It is, right?
I
I was like,
Elbow
wait
leech?
a minute.
Where? Where do you think?
It's in fact dead.
It's,
I don't believe so, but some of the skulkier pools of water may have regular leeches.
Just like
Wander, you had some kind of
subconsciously
a thought.
rubs elbow.
Yeah. This under passage, what is it called?
The Undercroft.
Laura Croft.
Does this place like does this place connect to some of the houses and buildings above the fortress?
Yes. He
some
said
of
it
the
literally
inns and-
connects to almost anything, just depending on what we find and what we.
Would
poke
there
out.
be
There are certain places that have connection to the surface, but they are controlled by the body.
we understand that the air at night can be persuasive? There's not the
Indeed.
chance that perhaps they had gotten caught in a draft from up above?
It It was thought that that might be the case, but if that were, we would have found them up within the city. The eyes are everywhere. They would have found them by now.
We'll try our best.
So while this is happening, can I have just gone over and just start looking at if there's titles on the books?
They're all
What's-
blank.
So then what are these books? Are they informative? Can I?
If you wish.
Are they like locked in a case, or can I just
Nope.
like pluck one?
There's a couple. There's in this bookshelf. It's almost like more of a cupboard, I guess. And there's like 3 bookshelves up on top, and then like drawers, doors that open on the bottom part of it. The bookshelves up on top. You pull one of them out. It's an empty book. There's nothing there.
It ends up being just a fake thing of all the books together, like a big wooden. Fake thing.
Yeah, it's just a whole
I
block
pull
comes out.
another- I'll
Soul,
put it
go
back,
ahead.
Pull the other one.
Do you, or is there a sort of map for this undercroft? And also, you'd mentioned there might be poisons, things down there. Do you have any maybe things that we could use, like potions against poisons?
I might be able to procure you a vial or two. Most of the body who goes beneath the city are trained in how to avoid these things. We don't carry maps. Maps can be found and used. All of our maps are here. But I will give you directions. You can use them to guide your way to the last known places they should have been at.
I'll grab Saunders' hand and kind of like raise up his own hand. He like Saunders is really good with maps.
I am.
Then I will give you the directions.
I'll listen.
But
and,
I will ask that you do not
encode
write it down. Such things cannot be found or traced.
The body will be respected.
I appreciate that. If you don't need anything else, I will find those vials for you. You are free to rest here for as long as you like. I will go upstairs and give you the privacy you need. If Wind does find anything, I will make sure that it is brought here.
Thank you.
But before I go, he goes over to closer to Kindred, and the second book on the far left of the
I was gonna pick that one.
of the middle shelf, he pulls it out, and it just clicks open.
I almost
And-
picked that one. That's crazy.
You hear a clicking sound, and the cupboard kind of like comes up off the wall a little bit, and with one hand he pushes it slowly across, and you see on the other side, lit now by the light in this room, is a large wooden platform that's probably 6 foot square on each side, with railings around each side. And a lever there just inside the door. This will allow you to descend to the bottom of the cave floor. And as the door had opened, you can feel this change in air pressure as that internal cave-like air switches with the warmth of the air of the room that you are in, and you feel this cold little shudder as the cool cave air kind of rushes past you. The smell of damp earth. And you can see beyond this wooden cage pitch black. But it has that sense of being vast and deep. That will allow you to go to the cave floor. I suggest that once you are down there, you keep the device lowered in case you need to return to the surface. For once it is raised, you will have to find another means of getting out. I'm going...
Last thing,
Of course.
Oh.
Yeah.
in case we have to make an emergency topside visit, you said all the places were controlled. Is there a code word or a phrase we should speak to let them know that we're not foe?
I will provide all the information to your map maker. He looks over at Sander.
Grabs his hand and picks it up again.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
That's me, the map maker.
I will come back and check on you in a moment. I will see if there is any news from one of the legs.
I don't
So
know
it's
about the
going
legs,
to
but your
give-
hand was a firm grasp, and thank you.
What do you say,
I'm
Sol?
going to give him a big hug. It is good to see another photobug. You make me miss my family.
He kind of holds his arms back a little bit and then kind of just gives you gentle pats on the back of the shoulders. You know that there are more of us out there, right?
Here in this city?
Sure. I know of at least 3 or 4 within the city, 2 of which are amongst the body.
What tribe and grove do y'all come from?
I am from no tribe.
Oh. So not druids then?
No. But
Oh.
perhaps adjacent. I will go see if there are more, if there is any more information I might provide for you. And I will come back and tell your... I cannot think of the word for mapmaker, except for mapmaker.
Cartographer.
I will tell your cartographer what he needs to know.
Yeah, tell me all you need.
He grabs his bow and arrows and walks out. Back the way you guys had come.
Soul sits down on that bed and he's just kind of like trying to process.
Love it.
Thank you, Daddy. I mean, Dagon. Sorry.
I mean, sorry, Daddy. Daddy. Sorry, Daddy.
D-A-E-G-E-N. Dagon.
Daddy.
All right. So, as he is left for the moment, anything you guys want to do before he returns?
Oh my
Iskra
gosh,
is
he made the
composed,
best
but,
first
like,
impression when he choked me out. Wow.
What'd you say, Iskra?
Excellent. Iskra is composed, but it's starting to break a little. She's excited. Like, she feels good about having set this up, you know? Like, we're getting somewhere. So, setting my pack down, like, gentlemen, if you wouldn't mind turning around for a minute, I think that this dress is not what we need to be having me wearing while we're going down there.
I can let you borrow some of my shirts.
I
if
have
you
an
want.
alternative. I just need people to look the other direction for a minute.
Do some
I
shit with my
Step into
hands.
the barrel.
And,
I walk relatively close to you and just kind of open both wings just enough to create like a wall
I was gonna say Oreos can do
facing
that
the other
too.
direction.
I just
Yeah,
minor
two-
illusions like
two
a
winged-
box around you.
Two winged beasts covering you with feathers, so you have this whole
But
like...
he never said that he was facing the other way. That's the
I
weird
did.
part.
I did.
That's-
Right
yeah.
after
No, he
I
did.
said it, I did say I was facing the other way.
Thank you.
Oreo will make sure. Don't worry.
As I'm doing this, I will also say, maybe if there are any supplies in here, don't take them. We've got a deal, and we don't want to tip the scales.
Besides, I have a few antitoxins and I got a bag of tricks.
Right. We have some healing potions as well, and I'm stocked on arrows if you all need any, Galil.
I'm stocked up.
I think
Well,
we'll be
then
okay.
I could heal poison and disease anyway, but I was thinking about the rest of you who don't know the ways of the land that you grew up on. So
I mean, Renan knows it too.
Passive aggressive much?
To be
You
fair,
city slickers.
to be fair,
Okay,
I do not know the ways of the land. I know the ways of the
That's the
sky.
sky. I knew
you're
that was
a
coming.
big bird, yes.
Argent, go ahead.
Y'all mind if I try any bit of hocus pocus that might help us?
Sure. I've wanted to see your magic beside the roses.
I'd
And-
tap on Renan's wing, let him know that I'm done.
Pull
There's still that box
shoot
around you.
wings back.
So, Arden had tucked the circlet into the headband of the hat that he had gotten. And he kind of just focuses on that for a moment to try and tap into the spider population below them.
Yes.
Pop-Tart?
Because you can see through their senses now that I've reread that note. So we can kind of just get this,
What's the range on this?
8 compound. You never gave me a range.
never-
I
you
just
ever-
assume
Yeah.
like a
I
kilometer
think
or
you said a
mile.
mile
Yeah,
at
I
one
think a mile.
point.
Yeah. Okay. We're gonna, yes. Let me formulate my thoughts. Run on. What you're gonna say?
Prior to, like, if we end up doing a long rest, or anything, I want to go strike up a conversation with Sonder.
I mean,
But
you guys
if
have
there's other
a
stuff
little.
going on.
Yeah, you guys have. We're not maybe a long rest, but you guys can take a moment to like
Do a short rest.
gear up or whatever. I mean, not that you've really used anything or need anything for it, but
I have some points down on my shield now. No.
Is your
Um,
esophagus okay?
Oh, it's fine. Yeah. I mean, he didn't scratch me. He just, but it
I'm
was.
certain it's been through us.
Should I change out of my nice clothes? Because what if it gets dirty? Then
Yeah, everyone gear up to your regulars.
Arjun, as you focus your sense outwards,
Edison.
it slowly radiates as you just see. You close your eyes and you just feel that darkness from your eyes being closed, and then like little pinpricks of stars. It fills up various little nooks and crannies here within the building, and then eventually down below. Here and there, nothing too crazy, but you get the sense of connecting with teeny tiny little minds everywhere.
Connecting to the local web.
Yeah.
The interwebs.
Wait,
What have
if
I
this- everyone
done?
Go back there.
What
Is
have I
everyone-
done?
One of the spiders just
Spider
starts
punk.
screaming, "You don't have the Wi-Fi password!"
It's
You're
gonna be
hearing
the
a-
dark web.
A
Graham,
dial-up
I-
noise.
Yeah,
I
that's
feel like Graham, I have a suspicion that you've been sitting on that joke, just waiting
Oh,
to
God.
use it.
No.
I'll
It's a
never
series
tell.
of tubes.
Oh, too scary.
All right.
I will just go pick a spot, concentrate for a bit, and start talking to myself a little bit. As you can see, a little tongue kind of stick out from my collar.
Okay.
And so it's just gonna start undressing, and changing right there in front of everybody.
Sorry.
All right. So as you guys start shifting gears, changing your clothing,
You've got spiders.
Galil,
Yes, ma'am.
you're sitting watching. Well, not watching your friends change, but you're watching as your friends are getting ready and gearing up.
I think I'll do
And
that
that-
wing thing for everybody else too. God
Yeah.
damn.
Apparently, Jesus.
As you are doing this, that sense in the back of your brain tingles once again. That presence, that feeling, the cold chill of being submerged just in slightly below warm water, just on the verge of being cool, cascades down your skin. And you feel that presence in your mind.
Quite a development since I've been away. Eh, Moonblood?
Moonblood.
Yeah, apparently lots have happened. Why exactly do you show up when you're not really needed at the moment?
You don't want to see me.
I mean, I kind of want to know who you are first.
I don't think any answer I give you will be satisfactory.
Are you at least of this plane?
Not exactly, no.
Not exactly.
Headed down soon, then.
Of course.
Could be dangerous down there.
Isn't it always dangerous?
Well, yes. Don't you think you need an edge, though?
What did you have in mind?
Well, that power of yours.
So powerful.
Why not take a peek at what's down there before you're down there?
Take a peek. Just what?
At what might happen?
Why don't you look?
But what if I need it for later?
You could prevent a catastrophe doing it now. Take a wrong turn down there.
Wrong turn.
I think I'll save it for now.
Fine.
Even though it's really tempting.
Well, let me know when you do then, right?
Take the chance.
Why are you so interested in my power?
Chance brought the two of us together. But my fate depends on yours now.
The face. You have the power.
So are you saying we're kind of connected?
Oh, yes. Very.
So connected.
I'll let you know if I do it.
Thank you.
The feeling starts to cool and pull away from you. Except for the tiniest little prick. Something just keeping an eye. And with that, we will end for tonight. Yeah. Excitement. You guys are finally gonna
Gonna
do
have
it.
nightmares tonight.
No. Nightmares.
Dungeon crawl.
Dungeon crawl. Yeah, I know.
When
You
was the
guys
last time we've done one?
It's been a while.
Have you?
Gonna
Have
be
you?
Great.
Yeah,
Have you been
we
in
had
the
one.
dungeon?
So The
Yeah,
last
when we
dungeon
fought that-
we did, that I
This one
remember.
we
Yeah.
came across the
skull.
torture room.
The flaming skull.
Oh, yeah.
And then the
Big
Oh.
snake man.
There was also the
I mean, basically, Silver
where we
Moon was the
fought,
last
fought
one.
the rats.
Mm,
Yeah,
the prison
the
in
rats.
Veltalar.
Yeah, I was gonna
Oh,
say.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. That was kind of dungeony. But this is like dungeony.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm digging this like
And
sort of
Renan
creepy
is
circusy music that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Renan
It
is
is.
so
Ah, I want another session.
excited
Damn
to
it.
go underground.
We
I
know,
bet he's
guys.
super
Yes.
excited.
All right,
most
so
side-
Wednesday we're going underground.
We're gonna start this adventure. Oh my god! Everyone dies underground. TPK next week. All right, join us in 2 weeks for the new to meet the new party. How did y'all get this fucking haunted, Mara? I don't know what to tell you. They've been haunted like this for a while.
The majority of this party all hears voices in their heads,
They do.
except for me.
Except for me.
A
Well,
Billy
I say,
Coxwell plan.
You have
Fair.
Yeah,
Hey,
well,
I have
And
a
I
guy
sent you a
who
message.
comes out of storage.
yeah, that's true. Yours comes out of the Chronicles of Narnia cupboard every time.
She can't even trust her damn wardrobe. What the hell?
That's true.
It's gonna be
Beware.
like in Scott Pilgrim, to where if Soul ever gets Mega Soul, they're just gonna end up hanging out and being buds.
Nice.
I mean, we have voices. Ardrin has a patron. Sonder also has patron.
God.
Yeah, you know that. But now also a little bit of evil dragon that's kind of out there somewhere.
Here's voices.
And
I have
then
a lot.
yeah, you
I just have a lot.
you got a lot because you're just freaking Oracle. So you got a lot
I
going on
have
in there
everything.
anyway.
Memories, visions.
Well, I even had a lot before the Oracle thing.
PTSD.
So,
PTSD.
Thunder, I
Dear-
pray for my mom and dad. I hope that they have a good anniversary day and that
Oh.
they
This was
okay.
early. This was early Afriel's journal every night. Oh my god, I love it. Okay, well, thank you guys for hanging out with us. Thank
Oh my
you,
God.
Plastic Rebel, for coming in and for the bits. Thank you, Return Policy. That was really great. Good to see you. Thank you for the raid from you guys. Was there another raid earlier? Oh, that was yesterday. We had the fatal roll yesterday. So yeah.
What if we lose that learn how to learn Thayan down there, and like an sentient creature picks it up?
Oh, no.
a quasi said they're gonna learn. Yeah, no, I'm super excited to
Yeah,
I've
that's
been
how I
waiting
learned.
Years in the future, there's like an underground uprising of
the underground
everything.
You call
all
it
the
the
fleshed
underground movement?
all the fleshed goldfish come back to life. Mole
and the
people.
slimes.
I'm just looking
I've been
forward
waiting-
to
There's gotta be
Grant
slimes
uses
down
a
there.
persuasion check and sends all of the spiders from the underground up into the tower, and
Oh yeah.
that's how we take the
So
city.
why are you telegraphing what I'm doing next week?
I've been
Arthur
sitting
is gonna
and
be
waiting
an
on Dagon's meeting Soul for so long. I was like, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen one day. It's gonna happen one day.
Did I make you proud of our
Yeah.
interaction?
Yeah, you did so good. You got I got a little Dagon guy right here to go next to yeah, he's a little bit taller. To the soul.
And I'm just gonna say, I got choked out by him firsthand.
Anyway,
Right?
What's that actress or what's that character's name in Archer?
Yes, Cheryl. Start
Cheryl.
slacking off.
Soul is yes, indeed. Soul is blossoming so much. He's gonna be so good. I'm looking forward to whatever's coming next.
He was able to
Check.
walk through the whole city without being in cat form.
I know.
Yeah.
Look at him. Look at him. Look at him
Yeah.
go. Look at him go.
He's doing
went
it
by
for
himself.
Ogun.
I'm doing this for you, Hogan. Join us on Monday for part 2 of the dramatic finale.
Yeah, I wish we didn't have to
Finale.
wait though.
I know.
We're
Um,
just
this
you
weekend.
trading off now. This is your new job, Fey Hunters. And then us. And
Yeah,
then more
Jimmy's like,
contention,
same.
and then
Don't worry. We have there are boiling pots. Yeah, there are boiling pots with possible stories brewing for the next mini series. So it's gonna be fun. But come see Heko Gecko and Dreamy and Sonder and myself and our friend Joom Joom from over at Clickety Clackety as they finish up this little mini series with a bang. Yep. And then on to next Tuesday, we'll have the beginning of this next little dungeon crawl. Super excited to see what we can figure out.
You can kill.
And
If
see
we find an obelisk down there, yes. I'm gonna
Yes.
befriend it.
Yes.
I remember your passion for aboliths on our
They're so fucking amazing.
bestiary lore dumplings with Mara.
Thank
They're
you.
like my favorite things of all time.
Thank you, Heko Gecko, for Tall Bob's inspiration because
Yes.
Yeah, that was really cute.
that was a lot of
Joanna,
fun.
did
I
you eat
saw,
my eggs?
you know, when I saw it, I was literally thinking of Joanna. I was like, oh my god, fuck yeah, Tall Bob. I was thinking of that, but I wasn't, I wanted to be respectful of her creation, but at the same time, I felt like it was just such a fun little person to just throw in there. So, thank you.
I eat an egg with the spoon. I'm Emily.
Oh my god. And on that
What if we
note,
find Amelie down here? She's just like, all the spoons, like, I need the eggs, I need eggs.
Hello, I am Emily.
bet
She's
you
one
want
of the 4 missing people. She's been down there. She's gone crazy trying to.
Didn't
cook spoon-
Heko Gecko
cook
also
eggs
do
with
a
spoons.
name generation for Amelie?
Yes, someone
Did
did
she?
name It was, I think it was Taco. Either her or
No, I
Taco.
think it was Heko.
Yep, she did. Heko Gecko did name generator Amelie. All right, it's gotta happen now. And then Sonder, you
Amelie?
put what is it? Cowskin?
Cowskin.
Cowskin? Oh, cowskin. I get it.
Said cowskin.
Mike Wachowski.
Oh,
All right, I see it
Nice.
now. Cowskin. All right, cool. We'll do next session. I'll put those in there.
it's gigantic.
If Amelie doesn't show up, I promise
found
that
laser
Tet and I
disc.
will name our daughter Amelie.
There you go. There you go.
Nice.
She has to say it's gigantic. Oh boy. Okay. Well, on that
I
note,
am in
Delicious.
the spindle.
She's stuck in a web.